Hello.
Actually, about to send you over
Our
there.
last
Good
encounter.
morning.
Good morning.
Headache, in case.
And how are you today?
Sorry, once more. Once more, I had a headache.
Tired. I'm not usually up this early.
I'm
Needs
just
to
having
recover
to
his
resupply.
I
materials.
see you got some new equipment.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
I dug around the
I don't think we have a
the
shop.
barracks.
Best bet either
Sadly.
Aether or best bet is
And
either
found
actually go
these.
into the actual Aether
Well,
itself.
I'm glad you
the
found something you could
healers.
use. I'll be sure to train you how to
Aether
use
has
it.
an alchemist skill, so.
Yeah, that would be good.
Masters
Look who else has got some new equipment.
We are standing in the middle of the path,
Steel.
aren't we?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh god, that headache.
Let's
Oh.
get over here.
Oh, you
So
look
yes, my
snazzy in the
suggestion
new
would
suit.
be the alchemist's guild in Aether.
I thought it would fit,
Okay, will do.
you know, since the fact I was probably going to train for the Tempest Knights.
Like that here.
Maybe
Mm.
today
Mm,
or later.
good,
I don't know.
good.
I hate
Well,
coughs.
we're be heading to the guard's morning meeting. Would you like to join us since you are a member of the guard?
Alright.
Well, yeah, I would.
Yeah,
We gotta
absolutely.
Let's all go.
build around us, so.
Sorry.
Oh, Kai, before you do other things, she wanted a word with you.
I had a word.
I'm
with
always
her.
up for a
Did you want
meeting.
Oh, you had a
Another
word with her,
word?
never mind. I know she was
Mhm,
looking for you,
mhm.
is what the thing was. She was looking for you somewhere.
Then I believe we've resolved that.
I was learning how to parry with my steel
Parrying is
arm.
useful.
Nice. Can you do it with the other arm?
Ugh.
Kind of weird that you only have one steel arm.
If I did it with my other arm, it would have been lopped off. What do you mean?
Or why don't you have steel
Oh,
on
there's like
both
some
arms?
training's happening already. Good.
This is pretty much our meeting place, so. And
Mhm,
it's right outside of HQ, so.
mhm. Good morning, good morning.
Morning is fair.
Good morrow. I'm sure.
Small swords, you'd probably be able to use your shield a little bit better.
It's just me again. Don't worry.
Kind of magical
trying
shield
to-
probably
I
best
see.
suit. Won't.
Oh, then,
mean,
shall we begin our morning meeting? There seems to be most of us here,
I'm
at
trying
least
to
for
make a
today.
spell for that.
Indeed.
I haven't quite got the incantation
now
right.
to see where I get sent back to.
We're gonna have our
man.
morning
Alright,
meeting,
everyone.
so if you guys want to line up.
Goblin.
Is
that man okay?
Um,
under the tree.
Alright.
Oh, that's seven.
Come on
No,
in,
he's
everyone.
fine.
Let's all get together. It's morning meeting
He's a
time.
friend.
Let's do this.
Yawn.
Mhm.
I'm all ears.
Yes, you are.
Looks like we got some
Yes, you are.
final
At
pieces.
least you're not
Those are ears?
being made of corn.
Of course they are.
Oh yes,
I-
yeah,
That is
Brutal today.
understandable.
There's ears.
yeah.
Alright, for
I gotta
ease
get to know
sake,
that
let's
guy a little
have
more.
everyone line up here, and then me and Steel will be over here, just so
Alright.
things are a bit organized.
I don't know what
this
meeting is about, but I'm gonna stand here anyways.
So,
We're gonna have a
first
meeting
and
with the
foremost, yes, I would like to have these morning meetings every day if possible, just to get our bearings, you know, regroup and all that. But first business, I believe today, is asking me and Steel were not back in Redwall during the end of the day because of a meeting that we had to attend to for the guild leaders. We didn't learn anything of that importance in there, so you don't have to worry about. It was just Aether stuff.
Yeah, they wanted
but-
more mana and that sort of thing.
Yeah, kind of shady.
Hmm.
But more importantly, how did this mission go? I'm
Yeah,
very
Honestly, pretty
interested.
well. We completed the task from what we were asked to do. We ended up killing a greater demon along the way,
Ooh.
and
Oh, good.
didn't bring it home this time.
Okay.
When we were, who knows, might be some action later. The mission basically started us thus trying to go to have the cultural exchange, but we found these paladins on the island that we have to go to get into the staircase to start. They were being controlled by, when we learned later, was the greater demon. To put the long story short, once we slayed the greater demon and rid it from the actual staircase, which it had supposedly been summoned there by one of the guild members, and the guild member's wife had summoned it there because of... It's a whole thing. They were trying to
That
summon a
sounds like a
succubus,
very-
and they summoned the greater demon,
Oh,
as they put it.
That's not good.
That's how they put it.
very
But
That also said paladins.
after the demon was vanquished, the paladins came to their senses, and the rest of the day was pretty fine. Other than that, learned a lot though over at the staircase. Interesting place.
nice. Always good to broaden our horizon.
Paladins summoning demons.
Besides
That's
that,
what?
The day before then, I was not here. I was at the Balam Festival of Death with a friend. Things went well, quote unquote. Some things happened, but they aren't really of concern for the Redwall guards. So, but besides that, for today, I do not believe anything is scheduled today. No missions or anything for us, at least.
At least for myself, I know Torg and I will be having training here.
Yes.
When he arrives.
Torque will be having a training session here, and we are giving him the training grounds for it. It is for personal use, for a personal mission, and we are going to do everything we can to help support him.
They seem to be some sort of guard regiment.
Very well.
Besides that,
Oh.
Good observation.
how is everyone doing today?
Feeling great!
Need more alcohol. I mean, I'm great.
Feeling feeling rested. That's for sure.
They do have quite
Same little.
Feeling very rested.
mixed bag.
What is it,
Weird
Seven?
looking rabbit.
But never underestimate.
You were there during
anyone.
the affinity test,
I
right?
Believe they might be.
Oh,
quite
me? Yes.
Oh, did you guys have an affinity test?
Wise words, my friend.
He did. I kind of watched his reaction to it and decided, yeah, maybe I should wait out on it.
There was something wrong.
Something strange?
I just had my affinity tested. I don't know why. What do you mean strange? I just had my affinity tested.
Affinity.
I thought we
There
already
was
tested.
red
No, we
lightning,
didn't test your
and
affinity.
he kind of
Oh.
got
That's actually a
possessed
thought.
for.
It's always
I
good to
didn't have a
know.
good thought, actually.
What are
Who
you-
here has not
what?
had their affinity tested? Out of
What are you talking
curiosity.
about?
I don't remember getting tested. Master, you never told me!
When
Someone
need to
else
do
was
that.
talking to us.
Everyone,
What's wrong with you?
we
shall stop talking about this very thing.
Huh.
okay then.
Is
I believe
something
I-
Why
wrong?
is this?
Speaking of, if there are to be any more affinity tests, again, as per order of the head mage, affinity tests are only to be conducted by him from further point on.
Oh.
Something
All
happened?
right then.
I wouldn't worry about it. You've seen.
Man of trouble?
We'll be on a need to know
I mean, well, other than that guy's situation, I have no idea what else
I
happened.
think I
Yes.
have a. We can ask the
It's
Archmage
best
if
to
needed,
ask
but I believe
him. It's best to ask him himself.
I believe I might know a bit about Owen's situation, so it has to
Right.
do with memories.
Can people stop talking around me and tell me what happened?
I don't
Calm
know.
down a
I'm
moment.
just taking a
Oh.
guess.
We don't know. We don't know
Well,
what happened. We'll
let's
talk to the
say
mage
someone
later.
ancient was talking to us. Someone who doesn't know who this place is, and he
What?
yeah.
What do you
A
mean
matter
somebody
for another
talked through
time.
me?
A matter for another time. We'll let the Archmage handle it.
Well, whatever it is, someone awakened.
Yeah, just
leave it be
Yes.
for now.
Someone from a
Apologies.
long,
least-
long past.
I'm
Now
I'm
we
sorry.
know of it.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You're fine. Now we know of it, we can look into it if needed, but the Archmage seems to be related to this matter, so I guarantee he'll probably come up with results sooner or later.
Mm-hmm.
Besides that, anyone else have anything they want to add or report about?
I guess I should introduce myself. Steel recruited me.
Yes, go ahead.
My name is Tris. I think most of you have met me. or at least seen me around. If you, yeah, we've talked quite a bit. I have not. I've seen you around, but
Hi, Triss.
hi, nice to meet you. What's your name?
Oh, it is Agathi, Prince of Oquitria.
Prince. Okay. Well, nice to meet you. Look forward to training with you all and getting adjusted to here.
Speaking of
Well, we're
training,
glad
how do
to
we get
have
started
you.
on some?
Indeed. Perhaps some more team training. Work on our camaraderie and teamwork.
I think what we should do
Good old
is
2v2.
separate our little group here into experienced and inexperienced. So that way, the experienced members of the guard can help train the ones who are less experienced.
All right. How? Okay, so we're going to go with 7, Wayne, Alwyn. We have uneven numbers here.
Oh yeah, we do. Now I think about it, I do. Well, one of us can step in then. One of us can easily step in.
Yes. So Alwyn, 7, and Wayne, I want you 3 to come over here by Steel. You'll be considered the experienced group. Alwyn, you've been on a mission before, and 7 and Wayne have been here for quite a while, and we're here for the invasion of the Umbrals during Redwall. So was Lynn, but then that would just be 3 people. And actually, you know what? Lynn, you go over there. Steel, you be on their team.
Alrighty then.
Oh. That's gonna be interesting.
So, the key to this is going to be about camaraderie, teamwork, and as well as knowing each other's roles. Alwyn?
Sorry, I'm
knowing each other's
panicking a bit.
roles. You're fine. So, what I want you guys to do is I want you to divide yourselves into roles. I want you to have a vanguard, your front, your rear guard, and then I want you to have a commander who leads, and then I want you to have a support. Support does not have to be support magic or healing. Support can be someone who aids wherever is needed. They essentially fill in the weaknesses that show up. If the vanguard is struggling, the support goes to help the vanguard. Rear guard is struggling, it goes to help the rear guard, etc. So first off, I'll let you divide into those roles. Remember, commander, vanguard, rear guard, and support.
I think Alwyn would be the best commander.
Be more of a tank.
So, I'll be honest, I don't know what most of those terms are.
I can be.
I can be the vanguard.
Don't you worry about it too
When
much.
she's going to be the vanguard.
Effectively, we're going to be having the upfront fighter. We're going to be having someone who can support the rest, and it's going to be a teamwork action, basically. So what we'll do first is Otis. Time to learn some command experience. You're in command.
Trust you. You'll protect us.
You'll be giving orders.
No.
Yes, and if you need, grab what weapons.
You might need to repeat what's
okay,
happening.
Master.
I just had a major disconnection. Big headache.
We're going to be doing
mental
some group
loss.
training. We're going to do some group training.
Thank you.
So the way I want
avoid
you all to come over here, and I want you to line up in. I want the vanguard up front, the commander behind them, the support behind the commander,
Ooh,
and
you
then
got
the
the
rear
hammer
guard.
today.
That's a big weapon.
I thought I'd bring it back.
All right.
It's a little
Vanguard,
ridiculous, but I like it.
or rear guard. All right.
That's a chicken.
Where should I be?
I
So,
think
I'm gonna
you
have
should
you
stick to the
guys-
side of things.
Well,
All
real
right.
quick, I'm just going to have you guys line up like I did them, just so we can clarify who all is positioned. So I want vanguard front, then leader, or commander, then support, then rear guard. In a line.
I guess I'm support.
Well, since we're gonna have a Gothy be the commander, I'll be the vanguard. You will be on the back.
Oh boy.
All right.
Actually,
Are you
know
sure
what?
I'm
I
going to do
heard
well
that.
with this, Master?
I heard that. So you know what? You know what? No.
I can do that.
We'll have you up front.
Alright, you're gonna want to go for Steel's legs or his wings because
We'll
of
have
this.
you up front. Go to the front of the line.
What,
Don't
me?
worry, you've got this. It's a training exercise.
You go to the front of the line.
Okay.
To get experience.
I'm right behind you, Trees.
Well, all right.
Isn't it
Wait,
funny?
Oh no. Okay.
Everyone could be quiet for a second. Just some things I want to lay down. The commander is obviously going to be giving orders to everyone else. Most importantly, the support. Seeing as the support is supposed to go where aid is needed, the leader will command the support who to aid. If they see that the vanguard is struggling, then they will tell the support to go to the vanguard, etc. for the rear guard. The support's job is to not only follow the commander's advice, but also be able to relay information to the commander of what they might personally think about the situation, be like a sort of second tactics person. Vanguard and rearguard are to focus mainly on their positions. Vanguard is to make sure that they are able to protect and frontal assault, while rearguard is making sure to support everyone else and that they are not ambushed, etc. Now, you may split into whatever formations you want, but there are limitations. The vanguard must be one row in front of everyone else, and the rear guard must be one row behind everything else.
Well, Commander.
Besides that, you can make any formations you want, a box, a spear formation. Now go ahead and make your formations.
Following your orders, Commander.
Well, Agape, you're in charge. What are your orders?
Shield style to be
All right, well, let's see, Trees. Since I reckon you'll be the fastest with your sword and your shield, you'll be able to guard yourself, so...
I am
How can you
fast.
do this?
We only have one person at the front.
I recommend you focus on Lynn first, alright?
I'll try.
You.
Do your best to guard the rear.
I'm fast, but
You're
she's
pretty
probably
quick, too.
stronger.
I got you.
Let's see.
Alright.
If she is, then I'll help you out.
You enjoying the
Well,
Keep in
actually,
mind,
well,
my
wait,
affinities
no,
are fire and
gotta use my
nature.
brain.
Do you still have your...
keep in mind.
Actually, Master Steel, if she struggles with Lynn, you think you could help her?
Of course.
I don't know if I'll be able to use
Remember,
Thanks,
it
Master.
is the
No,
support's
you,
job
you.
to lend aid when possible. As Steel will be relegated to the back line. That is the challenge of this. The rear guard will be unable to assist the vanguard as the purpose of putting them in rows separate, and to add to the challenge of this exercise.
If I may
Okay.
offer advice, Commander, being support,
I want you to help defend her up
Yeah?
front, right?
the vanguard should be in the front in a sort of the diamond formation. You and me in the middle, while our lovely rear guard forms just behind us. That way we have a sort of a wedge and a protection from the big guy.
That sounds great.
That work?
All right.
May I recommend you not hit me with that hammer, though?
No, I got it. I won't hit you.
Oh.
Oh, that.
And you are aware of my abilities, are you not?
Don't mind it.
Yeah, you said you had fire?
Fire and nature. I can heal and make barriers. Also burn them.
I recommend those defense abilities in case we get in a little bit of a, a little bit of a hickey.
All right, Charlie.
Then I will put myself
Tell you
a
when.
This for me.
Alright then.
Cornwall.
It seems that everyone is ready and in position. Vanguards, you are most likely going to be facing each other for most of this fight. It will give you plenty of ample time to get to know each other's fighting styles, not just as enemies, but also for future when you fight together. You can see each other's weaknesses, and in the future, make sure to compensate for those in future missions and things like that. The entire point of this is not to see who can win, but to get to know each other through combat, whether that be fighting with people or against them. Alright then. Let the battle commence.
Wall of Thorns.
Support! Please!
I'm getting ganged up on.
Pull back.
Push.
In case they try to flank us.
With an 18, Alwyn's team is making significant headway in the battle. You guys back.
I can't even get a.
Keep blocking.
Rotating position a bit. Alright. Be careful. Be careful, Steelin. Stay up there. Just if you need to, pull back. Pull back. You're being overwhelmed. Keep helping her out.
Flame flare.
Tiny bit.
Flame.
Alright.
I think if you use those barriers.
Use your distance. Get more into
Wall of flame. There we go.
Oh, I can't see.
I need you back there.
Yeah, we'll stay back line.
Alwyn's team getting a 10, and Alwyn is continuing to make headway.
Flesh.
With a 19, you absolutely dome steel. Oh, I got your shit.
Leg.
Integrity. Not for long.
Alright, support team. Support barrier. Support commanded. Take him out. It's gonna be a lot harder.
Got you.
Men, continue over the front line. Go back if you need to.
With a 13 against a 4, Alwyn is pushing you into a corner. You are all being disorientated.
Putting sound.
I'm running around.
Keep moving.
Punch in your head. Grabs your hand and pulls it away.
The commander.
Commander is down. Battle has ended. Alwyn's team is victorious by a wide margin.
Good work, everybody.
Now then, help each other out.
Knew me being a commander.
Good bout.
Does anyone require healing?
But learn.
Yes,
He lifts
does
up
anyone
his
require
neck and you see a foot-shaped bruise on his chest.
Just swinging wildly. You're not
broke your
conserving your
ribs.
energy or aiming. Flailing your healing sword.
Would you like me to have a look at that?
You take
if anyone
I mean, it
else
was kinda
wants
effective.
we have another healer.
Should be a quick heal.
Honestly, I was guarding the entire time. I didn't have any time to make any attacks.
That's crazy. Didn't know about your. I've made
Indeed,
my
during battle you can be overwhelmed easily.
I've only had 3 crab ribs.
Gotta look for an opening.
A little bit better.
Well,
Fighter.
the only opening I found was when I hit you in the head. I'm sorry about that.
Have you ever tried using a shield wall
All right.
format? Using a shield wall format, you can block and have your sword here, so you can use it to put out jabs and such strikes. So it's easier for you to
Very
be able to
effective.
combat.
Any long
the
weapons.
front line,
Sometimes.
especially with a parry shield.
Even when you're making
Well,
attacks, do not flail.
I'd say it's pretty good for the first time using a sword and shield, so
There you go. Wasn't that bad.
If that was your first time, you did excellent.
I did.
Now then, everyone gather up.
Now, how are
Get
you
in your
doing?
lineups that we did at the very beginning.
Thank you.
Vanguard, Commander, Support, Rear Guard. We're gonna do a quick battle analysis and go over what happened during that fight exactly.
Right.
Oh boy.
So first off, we are going to start with Alwyn's team, as you all were the victor. I am going to ask you guys what were Otis's team's strengths and what were their weaknesses. We'll go this one at a time just to make it easy. So, Alwyn, what is a weakness and a strength that you saw in the enemy team?
The strength was that they had a very competent support as their one that was on their support role. They could use magic, and they were mostly able to entangle us or disrupt our flow of combat with being able to keep their formation in total. I think one of the weaknesses was they didn't choose to use Steel's big stature or his big weaponry as their tank for the actual, and vanguard for the actual mock battle. It would have been a lot easier for them to be able to defend against us, and it would have been a lot easier or harder for us to get past their defenses and easier for them to strike back at us. I also think Otis could have probably been more communicative with his actual forces and giving them more directives and stuff when he was starting to get overwhelmed.
All right.
Not bad.
7.
That was pretty good.
So I will note my position in the back was intentional.
I was about to say,
It was the
his
push.
position in the back is also a bit of an exception since he is and we tried to put him in a position where he could help the least because he is technically an advantage in activities like these.
Fair.
Now then, 7. What weaknesses and strengths did you spot?
Their big strength was they definitely kept formation really cleanly. They didn't break out of it too much. Amber went where she was needed and tangled us really well with her thorn walls and her other magics. The only weakness I can think of is one he already said. Otis didn't really communicate a lot. He kind of charged in with emotion instead of communicating that emotion.
I'm not sure if there's any mages around here that would be experts in things if you haven't already heard about it. But it seems somebody's turning everybody into chickens.
Yeah, we heard
what?
about it. Some ran away from us. We don't know what's going on, though. Anyways, Lynn, what was a strength and weakness that you saw in the team?
Polymorphic?
Strengths. Well, I believe his name was Tris, right?
Tris, yeah.
He did a really good job blocking attacks. Yeah. Amberly did a very good job of being a support role, casting magic and helping out.
Have you seen any of the chickens around?
And Steel, I have to compliment Steel. Yeah, he did a good job of staying in the back and poking people. Obviously, his strengths could have been used a bit more.
Steel's really good at poking people, I hear.
Oh,
Who said that?
As she'll find out.
Anyways, continue.
Yeah. Other than that, they Tris didn't really attack all that often. They didn't.
Oh, I think they just had a headache.
I love headaches.
I do too.
Oh, headaches are the best.
Today.
So many. So many today.
I'm getting
That's one of my haste potions.
Today, that's so bad.
Probably
I'm
it's
about to get
being
one
turned
of the
into chickens.
Possibly. Possibly. Chicken magic is confounding, isn't it?
Oh my god. Yeah, I think that chicken magic is
People are getting
At least they survived the void.
You're alive again.
I am
Is it time
alive.
for your
I'm very much
scheduled
alive.
appointment in the arena? Is it time, Torg? Or are you just hanging around?
You can take your time with this one little session you have.
Let
I
us
don't
at
mind
least
waiting.
finish this up, and then it can be all yours, Tor.
Of course.
I'm gonna look
I
this
don't
way.
mind waiting.
Wayne, if you can talk about a weakness and a strength you saw.
Well, I guess what I have to point out weaknesses, I would say formation-wise.
Are you doing drills
They could have
again?
been more, maybe more mobile. Maybe try to get through the back.
Yeah,
Team
pretty much.
training.
I guess that's it. Well, basically what they were saying.
Were you able to help the chickens?
All
Pretty
right.
much my
That's the problem with being the last
my
guy on
points.
the line. You've already said everything good.
I actually need to go desk.
So, what I can tell, what I picked up from the from the critiques, I'm just going to look this way. What I picked up from the critiques is that Otis, you could improve upon your communication skills when it comes to being a commander, and you sometimes let your emotions get the best of you, and instead of thinking logically or tactically. But that is fine. This was your first time in a commander position. This is why we do this, for people to learn. You need to be more logical and tactical and explain things to your team more verbally, more so than just charging forward, going back, etc. And besides that, Triss, it seems like something you could work on, and while this is your first time from what you've said, is learning to be more offensive even when you're defending. Besides that, it seems that you all... Yes, it seems you all worked well together, especially Amber. You seem to have been an amazing support. And now, let's go to you all. First, we'll start with Triss. What is a weakness and a strength that you saw on the other team?
I would say one of the big strengths is they seem to know where to focus on. They were working really well as a team. Both Lynn and, sorry, I don't remember your name.
You're cutting out there, dear.
Yeah.
Aylwin.
They were both working pretty well to overwhelm me, to the point where it was hard to get any attacks in. I only got one in. Sorry for hitting you in the head. And I would say if there was one weakness, just from my basic knowledge and just being new to working on a team, it seemed like they might have had their flank exposed. There was a focus on the center and to the side, but there was an opening on the side that if we utilized, we could have went through and broken through if we were to try to attack them from their flank.
Maybe I should get one of these too.
All right then.
They are very useful.
Otis, strength and weakness that you saw.
Well, since you're more skilled with the two blades, maybe a detriment.
Well, strengths.
I've been trying to practice more.
Let's see. Well,
double weapons.
their frontline combat. It was pretty amazing. You know, they had their defenses pretty up, good and well.
No matter how many times I shoot at things, I always
How do I explain it?
close, and I then have to like stab them anyway. So I just gotta learn to.
It's really hard to put my finger on a weakness. I didn't really see any weaknesses. Well, that's probably speaking from experience.
Oh, they hit. They
Experience.
very little to, you know,
Hey, Lynn, get a better shield.
pass.
Oh, well.
Or two.
That's fair.
All right then.
I usually shoot the cores because they sometimes cause them to explode on my allies.
Did they
I
say
don't
Lynn
know.
or Link?
Front, Lynn.
Lynn. I did Lynn.
And the green ones.
So essentially,
yeah,
that was just
We should probably
Lynn could
hurry
get a
this
better
up.
shield, and yes, let's hurry this up.
Yeah,
Amber.
Not too
Well, as Otis said, basic attack and forcing yourself upon the enemy and pushing, definitely one of your strengths. You knew when to strike together. Unfortunately, it was very easy to pick you off one by one with my magic or nip you in your ankles. You seem to focus too much on the big people rather than the small fiends. You always have to be careful with the little biters. Otherwise, those little nicks you get will be the end of you.
Very focused on the frontal assault, but not looking out for any other threats. All right. And Steel, as the rear guard and as captain, a fellow captain, what was a strength and weakness you saw in the other team?
Strength was certainly teamwork. They were covering each other when I would go in for stabs, and when the rest of my team was trying to go on the offensive, they would cover each other and make sure that there was no breakage in their line. However, like I said earlier, Lynn, you flail far too much with your sword. You need to make more focused strikes instead of just swinging like a maniac. While it can be effective in a battle, it leaves you open for a deadly counterattack.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And sadly, you're not Torg, who can just, tank that. You're not Torg.
All right then.
Imagine if we were all
Remember,
talk.
we're gonna wrap this up so that Torque can use this for his own personal training. as I mentioned before, overall, you both did very well. Alwyn, excellent leadership, and everyone else, amazing teamwork. Besides that, the next time we do something like this, I'm going to make sure that you all are not on the same teams, that you get to work with more diverse groups and get to know everyone better. But until then, I want you all to pair up and kind of stick with someone from the opposite team for the rest of the day. Like a guard buddy. One of you can be with Steel if you want, or you can have a group of 3.
I would suggest someone
Steel
go
and
with
me
you
might
instead of
occasionally
me.
get stolen.
I will be dealing with Torg's thing. I'll be assisting him.
Oh, you will be dealing with Torque. So one of you can accompany me, or you can have 2 of you can go with one of them.
Mind if I accompany you later, Captain Owens? If you wouldn't mind, I could use with a bit of time to clear my
Okay,
head.
let's sort out
Maybe 30
teams when we're
minutes.
off the
That's
field,
completely
shall we?
fine.
Let's handle teams off
Yes,
the field.
let's get off the field for everyone. I'm not turning around because my head aches.
Thank you.
Ready, Lynn?
All right, Torque. It's all yours. If you need anything, Torque, be sure to come get us. Steel, take good care of them.
Oh god, I shouldn't have turned around.
Come on.
All right, everyone, come over here. We're gonna make pairs.
Yeah, we're like, go try the guard.
Wait, Otis.
Otis.
Otis is the seeker.
We're making pairs. All right, so let's go with.
Making pairs.
You're late, Damien, but yes, 7. You'll be with Otis. Wayne, go with Amber. Lynn and Triss.
You sure?
And then you know, Damien, you missed the training exercise, but I want you to, cause Elwyn's gonna be accompanying me. I want you to also accompany Triss and Lynn.
Would you like us to help?
Ever since they were here.
You can join a group if you want.
I got my
We're
fucking
mostly
chest
doing guard
caved in, like
patrols,
fucking
so.
demon, basically.
That's normal,
we heard
Julie.
about it.
Yeah, it's hardly your fault. Ouch.
All right, so 7 and Otis, I'm gonna say
Oh,
you
no.
2 just do a quick sweep of the right side of Redwall, see what's going on, talk to the people, be friendly. If anything comes up, come to me. If not, then just keep patrolling. Wayne and Amber, I'm gonna give you guys the. You guys are the right side, my bad. You guys are the left side. Meet in the middle. Talk about anything that happened. If nothing happened, just be like, all right, good watches, people. And then Damien, Lynn, and Triss, you 3 are going to be patrolling out here. Just do like a quick circle from here to the fishing hut around the beach and then back to here. If you see nothing, no need to report. Just continue walking around Redwall. And if any of you see anything, do be sure to report it. Besides that, have a nice day. And if you need anything, I'll most likely be around here. I'm probably going to be running around again, doing errands and meetings if needed. But great session, great training session, everyone, and let's have another good day.
Yes, sir.
Let's help.
Thank you.
Gotcha.
You're welcome.
Right. Shall we?
I guess we're on that side.
Guess we gotta go that way.
Indeed, we are.
Right.
Someone on the other side is like they know I have a drinking problem.
Steel, I am currently not busy. If you need anything, whether it be just a...
Oh my. Why am I having a headache? Oh, the headache.
Yeah,
Oh boy.
I've heard of these, but this is the first day then since moving here experiencing it.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm Triss, by the way. I don't think I've met you before.
Damien.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm new to the guard. I just
And I'm Lynn.
joined. Yep.
Welcome.
We talked before.
Yeah. There's the fishing hut. Oh yeah, I should catch some fish over there. Did you have the fish stew yesterday? That was pretty tasty.
Yeah, I'm actually working on a different kind of catch from the fishing hut. Yep. Okay. Yep. Speaking of, I just need to drop something off real quick.
Okay. New in town? You,
Just looking to do some good, I suppose.
Kind of why I
That's
joined.
always a good thing. Yeah, well, you're gonna learn a lot from me.
Well, feel like I've already learned a little bit.
You're gonna learn a lot more.
At least my arm's
Hello?
learning something.
Hello.
Good day, sir.
Here for a swim as well?
No. We're just patrolling.
There you go, for a swim. Oh, just be careful of leviathans, alright?
I don't think they come this close to the beach.
They have.
He's got a point.
They have.
Although when I was first told about it, it was just, oh, it's a big fish.
Alright, there's a trouble. I need to see if he fixed my chest plate or not.
But yeah.
Actual solid gold.
You remember those foxes that were here a couple of days ago?
Oh, that's funny.
Oh yeah, they
I got promoted recently.
they
I need to
poke
wear silver.
their head out every once in a while. Yeah, they're not exactly the best type.
Yeah, they offered me illicit goods right in front of Steel.
I appreciate it a lot.
Oh, really?
I really do.
Yep, and I'm working on a little thing to find out what they're trying to sell.
I really wish I could.
Oh yeah. They're associated with Asmodeus. I'm sure you heard of him. He's a vampire running the he runs the winery up in Aether and the winery down here in Redwall.
I've seen him. I haven't talked to him before. I saw him and apparently his ex-wife arguing. It was a fun show.
Do I even want to know what y'all are talking about?
Vampires.
What I get, I've been told that Arzimated, or I can't ever say his name right. He's the winery person. Yes, I have been told a lot of different stories about him. One is that he supposedly puts souls in the wine.
Oh.
Well, it looks like
I think he's having a headache.
Fuck. Oh, come on. Come back to me. Or not.
Oh? Oh, I guess it's just you and me now.
Yeah, I guess the headaches are so bad. He's just holding up.
You know, it's strange what all the side effects that headache magic has on people.
But yeah, I think it's kind of funny that I know some of the people around here just by staying quiet and listening.
Yeah, I sometimes stay quiet and listen myself. It helps me learn a lot of things about a lot of people.
Right? A lot of people don't realize how much they end up saying. Yep.
Lynn, since you are going, if you're willing to hop right on in, you can. We just started.
Alright.
Now, us warriors are stonebloods. You've seen me fight. We are quite possibly the most durable types of people that you can fight. So your best weapon is not your staff, not your bow, not your polearm, not anything else, but your will. If you have will, you can fight. Whether it be a broken arm, broken ribs, You keep going no matter what the hell happens. That is to be understood by everyone here. For when we go, it's going to be relentless. These hordes of monsters and these waves that Thosa created. Now Torg will teach the first basic. The number one thing that we Stonebloods do when we fight against many. To make an example, you. In front.
Oh boy.
You can already tell by the size of this, it's going to be menacing. We will do whatever it takes to break down the obstacle in front of us.
The prone got it, okay.
Sorry about that. Here, let me help you up. We Stonebloods are not going to play fair for when it comes to multiple enemies at the fight. This is what
The demons beat me.
in order to gain any advantage to win.
Yeah, we saw that. It seems like the headaches are... I think this is the first time since moving here that I've seen the headaches firsthand.
Where's the other one?
She's going to, apparently try her hand at things.
And that is to be such an exception. I do apologize if I use you as an example.
You can do that?
It's fine. You tossed me around before.
I've tossed many around before. That's the next.
How long have you been in Redwall?
We don't just use our weapons.
Good few weeks. Probably at least a month, I think.
Okay.
Not too sure.
So, not as new as me then.
Exactly with the mix of all.
I think this is like my 5th day. Well, first day I went to Aether, and then the next day I came down here because honestly Aether seems way crazier, more hectic than seems.
Well, I don't know. I don't go to Aether that much anymore, so I wouldn't know.
Well, my first day in Aether, all the bunch of peasant people were screaming, throwing their arms around, acting drugs, you know, talking about how great mages are. There was talk that they might have gotten into wizard's weed or something like that.
Because the only thing you can do is dodge any of their swords and axes. Now, to see what can be capable of any of you. Let's first start with something short and sweet. See how many we have here. 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. How could I count? 8.
I don't know what's counting.
I mean, you can play chess.
What
You tell
is
that,
chess?
didn't you? Didn't you tell me you could play chess?
All right. So we have 8 of you here. There's going to be warriors that are going to be willing to go up against an entire group of you if given the chance. And so, you're going to make up a good group of you. So then, because of how tough you are, I know that because we sparred a lot. You 4 will be together. And you 4 as well. We both would test each group.
I believe so, yes.
You will take the one with Steel's group. I will take the one with the 4 of you. We are going to see how much that you can handle our strength, our ferocity, the aggressiveness of our attacks. Bring out your weapons.
Interesting.
Use whatever you can. Teamwork if needed be.
You said you don't actually want me to shoot him with a bow.
Shoot him with the bow.
Okay.
You use anything at your disposal. Use what you are good.
You guys are free to, you know.
No, they're not.
My chest still hurts a lot.
And my arm's still killing me from you both double teaming me, so
Depends on the person. I tend not to.
For yourself,
Mostly
when
because
going
of
on
my
this
size.
quest that we are going to be
Can't really
going
do
on
that.
here soon.
Phrasing.
It's not about the fight, it's what you can
that bit. Dang it!
So trust me, I would still get bigger.
They were picking on me. Okay, that's what I meant.
Still get bigger.
You 4 will come
I think it just looks like that because he. I don't think his wings were out before. I don't think.
They were.
Eh. And he kind of looks as big as before. Maybe it helps that even the big guys are kind of a little bit smaller than him, so it just makes him look bigger.
I guess so.
I said a drink.
I heard you say
There's like 2 really small people and some really large people, and he's still like towering over them all, basically.
True.
Do I have a problem, Direct?
Moss, you're gonna get hit.
You drink alcohol or water or milk or
That's the first time I see using. Is he using a halberd with one hand?
I mean, what's wrong? It doesn't do anything to most to me. I have to have it like infused.
Or can 2 hands, or can 1 hand both of us at the same time?
Oh my goodness. I've never actually seen him. Okay.
A lot of this is just making me realize how much I need to learn.
Tell me about it. I'm used to. I think most largest man I have fought is probably a fighter over there, and he fucking picked me up and slams me down in my. I think the back of my chest plate fucking dented into my back.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Well,
I just have to get used to fighting bigger opponents because I'm used to opponents like his size.
the size isn't the big issue. It's more of I've never.
Kind of is when they have the biggest fucking weapons I've ever seen.
Oh yeah. There's that, but I've never had. I guess what you would call frontline combat. I'm used to being in scout positions. Maybe doing ranged attacks through crossbows and stuff. Maybe using a dagger to defend myself as I scout positions. I've taken out large people, but it's usually, one person that's found me. I'm scouting around and some dude taking a piss that's found me skulking around their base or something. It's not necessarily, one person, you can do a lot with a dagger. When you're facing up against, you have 4 people behind you that you're trying to
I could
defend.
understand if you're like really lightweight and had a dagger, but the thing is, I wear around 70+ pound armor with a big sword for a human.
Well, yeah, there
So
are
I'm not
people that are
exactly
here
almost
that are.
mobile.
Well, that can be a good thing. Like, Steel, he has adequate armor, and because he's so tall, I can't go for any of the weaknesses around his neck. And all the other weak points are covered by chainmail, so with fabric armor underneath it. So it's not exactly the easiest thing to try to kick him off with a dagger. Most of the bigger guys skimp on some of the armor bits because it slows them down, like you mentioned. So they don't have chainmail underneath. So if they raise their arm to swing, you just slip it right in between their, right when in their armpit area. That's a very weak area where, because of how armor is, that's usually unarmored unless you have chainmail. So.
Because he said he could do it for
Mm.
to shoot gold out of a flintlock. I feel like that might have some adverse effects.
I'm not a weirdo with a knife, by the way. I feel weird saying all that stuff.
It's fine.
I don't know. It's pretty soft.
I'm sure you're fine.
Honestly, it feels like this is kind of the place that people get second chances, and it feels like a lot of people just are willing to. So. Because it seems like a lot of people here are not necessarily, I wouldn't say they're naive trusting, they're realistic trusting, if that makes sense. Willing to give people a chance. Literally my second day here, I run into Steel and he offers me 10 gold to work for him as a guard. Not knowing anything about me.
Mm. He also offered me a position, but he didn't offer me 10 gold, so I guess you're a little bit more on the lucky side.
Well, he told me that's... You should talk to him. He told me that's standard for all the guard. Maybe it's a pay increase and you just haven't got it yet.
Well, getting paid, yes, but I mean, when I first joined, I don't think I got that.
Maybe there's a pay bump that he hasn't updated you on yet. At very least, you should bring it up to him. It's not fair. I mean...
I don't really care that much about money, to be fair.
Yeah, that's fair, but, it's still nice to have. It can help in situations.
Of course. How else will I be able to pay for the damage repair on my armor?
Exactly.
Actually, I need to find that fucking dwarf. I'll be right back.
Yeah, sure.
We'll determine the value. Next thing you're gonna say when it comes to
We should issue our own currency. What should we call it? I mean, it has to be like our. It has to be the.
You guys are weird.
Company. Crunch coin.
Making money out of paper.
These are yours, by the way.
Yeah, I want those back just in case.
The question is, would it be rippable paper or would it be very hard to rip?
Yes. So, I'd have to start with a D.
You don't make money out of paper.
Good day.
Like money's not valuable. Why would you?
Why D's?
Yeah, Dominion.
Next thing you know, you're gonna make a game out of this, and then you're gonna have paper money.
You come up with a good idea, I'll consider it as a challenge or something.
We brought the wrong over here doing their circles.
What?
What a bad idea, people.
What's going on?
Cough.
What's going on?
Where are they?
Okay. Then.
Huh?
Oh wait, there's Triss. Where's Lynn?
She's in the arena, doing some training with Torg.
I do have a human form.
Is she going on the mission?
What mission? I haven't been told anything.
Okay, I believe she's accompanying Steel on Torque's personal mission. It's the reason they're using the training ground. This is everyone that's currently available. I'll inform the others once they're done with their training, as I don't want to interrupt. Follow me to the fishing shack. Yes.
We can always go to the swamp if it needs to be private.
Indeed.
Fishing shack. Rock next to the sea.
Actually, yeah, we could do the rock again, just like last time.
Slap a guard symbol on it. Owned by the guard.
No, we can't do that. We don't want to cause another fight.
I know. Of course.
Alright, so... I'm about to say some things. I need you all to keep a calm head about it. I'm fine. Otis, especially, it's kind of relates to your situation.
Hmm?
Apparently, I have been informed that the Mercenaries Guild was tasked by the Aether Guard to establish a new Redwall Guard. Which makes no sense to me why the Aether Guard
Oh,
would
no.
ask the mercenaries to then do something here, but
Did
not only
Steel
that,
fill
I'm
you
sure you all
in with
know-
what I... Sorry for interrupting. But, did Steel kind of fill you in with what I told him?
About what?
I kind of spied on, the Aether Guard and the Foxes.
Mm-hmm.
And I heard them talking. And at least what they told the Foxes is that they don't trust us, apparently. There's a lot of stuff that's going on
Why is the
here.
Why is the Aether Guard, of all people?
I mean, we went on a mission with the captain a while ago, and he seemed pretty, he seems pretty trusting and kind, or at least to us.
That's.
I mean,
that's
hell,
another
he
thing.
even thanked,
That's
he even
the thing,
thanked
that's
us
the
for
thing.
saving.
I will say,
Well,
because he was helpful and he was smart and he was reasonable, but he was trying to double cross us and stab us in the back when the Foxes were here. He was trying to learn information about us. He was trying to have an upper hand on us for some reason.
Like, him and Steel were talking to each other in the barracks.
And the Foxes.
They picked, Steel left. The Foxes weren't really good at, like, spying on them. They were just peering through the window. They weren't doing a really good job on the whole spying part. I was doing a little bit better, so they didn't really notice me. They only noticed me until, like, they got out of the house and they saw me training against the tree outside the barracks. They didn't know I was listening in, so...
I don't know if it's connected. When I went to go meet the magistrate, not the magistrate, the head mage, to get the requisition in to have my affinity tested, I did see not the captain, one of the captains of the mercenaries, the one with brown hair and the shield on his back, barely wears any armor.
I'm bad with names, so...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, I think I know who you're talking about. I think I saw them at the guild meeting.
Mm-hmm.
Long hair?
Maybe he's the new captain. Yeah, long hair.
Yeah, he was at the guild meeting. I think he's the head.
Maybe he's the head. I don't know. I thought the gray-haired one was the head.
I think he's the head of things down here. He seems to be like the head.
So it could just maybe pulling things from coincidence, but he went and met with the head mage, and I didn't catch any of the conversation except for a couple of words because they were inside the house. Out of character, I rolled. He They mentioned your name at one point, but they seemed very in agreement when they were talking.
What should we do?
It's probably me just pulling things from circumstance.
Here's the thing. At the current moment, we can't really do anything, because while we have all this information, if we really have this many enemies for whatever reason, if we go out and spill this information and try and expose them, we're just going to get completely backfired. Not only that, we have like 3 organizations, the Foxes, the Aether Guard, and the mercenaries, all for some reason trying to get at us for what reasons I don't know, but
we have allies everywhere.
We can't
else,
take
though.
any direct act. We do, and I might actually call in a favor with Lord Valdis if things get really bad. Me and him are close. We have some company, so I'm gonna keep it short.
The worst
They're
case
walking
scenario
by, but
is
just
an idea.
we have some company, so I'm just gonna quick brief. Be on your best behaviors. They may want to take us down, but they can't take us down if we perform well.
And I will add
Be on your best behaviors, be as kind as possible.
that's exactly what they were looking for excuses to bust in. Like they were asking the foxes for basically fill them in on anything that would give them an excuse to come in here and quote unquote clean up. So I guarantee you, if something kind of
keep things
happens with
general
us,
for now, because there are two people
Yep.
walking by that might essentially be on your best behaviors, be very nice, kind, opening, welcome. If something like what happened with Otis happens, simply challenge them to a duel, settle it in an official manner. If possible, settle it with words. But these next few days, weeks maybe even, are probably going to be hard for us. It seems we have lots of challenges ahead of us, but I know everyone in the Guard. You all and the Guard are all good people. I fought beside many of you, and I've seen many of you in action as well. I know that what we're doing is good, and I will do everything in my power to make sure that we will continue doing good.
understood, sir.
Besides that, I don't know how long Torque's training session is going to be. Are they walking towards us? I think they are.
Yes, I think we're going towards the fishing shack.
Yeah, I think they're just walking on the beach.
Oh, the fishing shack. Okay. But I don't know how
I know someone
long
spends a lot of
Torque is
time
going to use the training grounds, or how long he's going to be training. But so long as he is, I don't think we're gonna have much trouble, considering Torque and a bunch of his well-trusted friends are on call. Like
it's Torg. It's Torg.
It's Torque. So,
Yeah.
But besides that, we just need to keep patrolling the city, keep an ear out for anything. If you hear anything, report it to me first before any action. But besides that, I think that pretty much covers everything. Nothing much has happened today physically. So it's actually been rather relaxed, luckily.
Well, other than the chicken situation, apparently.
Yeah, other than the does anyone know what happened with the chickens?
I heard
Chicken? No.
one of the blacksmiths got turned into one. That's all I really heard of it.
A blacksmith got turned into who turned people into chickens?
I don't know. It happened during the training, I think. Was my best guess.
I think I missed
Good day.
how unchanging it was. The
Man,
forest
I
was
didn't
peaceful,
say.
and I would see the trees.
Very
come
weird.
and grow.
We saw a chicken in the training grounds, like in the morning, too.
Yeah, I think.
And Steel shoot it away.
Yeah. Who knows where it is
Well,
now?
whoever was
but,
the chicken, look, Steel just has. I'm convinced that somebody is either hexed Steel, where he just gets put in the worst circumstances possible, or he wears an amulet of bad luck or something. Just misfortune.
I've known Steel for a while. That's kind of just Steel.
I meant more. He just gets put into situations that are just very unfortunate.
Actually, I do want to discuss things in a bit more specific terms, but Redwall seems very busy today for whatever reason, besides just the Torque mission training. Which, by the way, for those of you who don't know, I don't know the exact specifics, but from what Steel told me and from what I heard from Torque, he got a message from his homeland and he is gathering a team to go back there on some sort of mission. It's a very personal mission to him, so just be there for him if he needs it. He's part of the Guard, and he's a friend. We're always there for each other. We're a family now.
God are kind of like, yeah,
I
God are
would
kind of like a family, I was about to say.
I would suggest we go to the swamps, but
You know, never
There
mind. Maybe not the best place. Oh, unless they're just going to the water. Oh, they're
going-
throwing. They threw the guard. They threw one of the cap.
Okay.
let's go to the Oasis.
Let's go to the Oasis.
I don't
yes.
think
that
anyone
sounds
should
like
be
a
up there.
That sounds like a great idea.
The Oasis? Oh,
That's just
the
what
spot.
I call the place upon the plateau.
Oh, okay.
The plateau.
I just call it the Oasis because it's nice, you know. We really need to look into getting more buildings for things, or just places in general.
How about a gate for this wall in case of another fucking attack happens?
Well, we do actually have barricades that we put up. Otis can tell you we had barricades that we put up during the Umbral and Beastman invasion, but they're temporary. We
did.
don't have any actual gates.
Ah, never mind then.
Is there
But
any
thanks to our
Like-
to our friendship with the dwarves of Ingot Top, as well as our own abilities in craftsmanship, it's rather easy and quick to set up defenses. They had them up in like less than a day before the invasion. The dwarves of Ingot, you guys have never been to Ingot Top, but it's amazing, and the dwarves there are phenomenal. And there's two people up here.
Just go
Well,
to the corner.
that's-
Let's go to the tree. Let's just go to the corner.
Yeah,
the tree over
let's
here.
let's go
Fine.
to the corner. Besides, it gives us a good
Just a
overview of
corner there.
Redwall, so we can continue watching.
Yeah, right here's perfect. See?
Wow, there are a lot of people here. A lot more than you.
Are there?
Yes.
Oh,
Like,
come
look.
on. Well,
That's
I
not
don't
even
have time
including
to
all
sit
the
down
people
and
from
fucking
Torque.
Look yet.
Actually, now that you
That is
mention
not
it,
including everyone who is with Torque.
I think this is the most people I've seen since I've been here for the last 4 days.
It feels like there's a lot of people. I don't know why I'm saying it feels like there's a lot of people, but it feels like there's a lot of people today.
Well, because there is. Like, normally Redwall's never this popular. We have, like, the training grounds has, like, 20 people in it, and then there's, like, 10, 15 people alone in the city, as I can see. And that's not including anyone else that's off having private talks, like John and Unicorn Lady.
Honestly,
But as for more...
I'm surprised Redwall isn't more popular, honestly. I mean, you don't have to worry about
We've
the
been
ground
getting popular.
falling underneath you.
Mm-hmm. We've been getting more and more popular. Keep an eye over there, just because I see some friends, and also it's a large gathering of people, so anything could happen at any... I see Ollie's group over there. I don't know if Ollie's here.
Should be fine.
Yeah.
I still like to look out for friends, but...
Of course.
Talking about more specific matters... I don't know how we should approach the situation, let's call it. Let's get code names real quick, just so when we talk about things, we can talk about them in the open. We're gonna call the Mercenaries Guild is going to be training. The Aether Guard are going to be fishing. And the Foxes or whatever are going to be hunting. So, like, if we heard something about the Aether Guard, we go like, oh, hey, I heard about this really good fishing spot. You should come over and I can show you it. Etc.
Or mention, like, I need help with practicing my training in a particular way this morning, or something like that.
Exactly. But if I'm being honest, I don't know... I don't understand why it's that big of an issue to everyone. I think the Mercenaries Guild is the head behind all of this, obviously. They seem to have went to the Foxes, went to the... But from what I was told, the Aether Guard hired the Mercenaries Guild to do it.
From what I gathered from listening to the whole conversation, is that the Aether Guard seems to think that... I think it's twofold based on how he sounded and what he said. People tend to not think in so Machiavellian thoughts, controlling evil thoughts. They usually try to justify their actions. I think it's A, they want to expand and get power, and 2, they truly believe that that we are incapable, or, well, I guess it is we, I guess I am guard now, that we can't guard, we can't protect Redwall. That all of the incidences that have happened, the Beastmen that's attacked, the Leviathan, they got away and didn't really, apparently we never did anything about it, apparently. But I'm not, I wasn't here. I'm just saying that this seems to be what they're saying that this is, but I think it's based off like how they sound and how they were talking to the Foxes. They are using that as more of an excuse that they're telling themselves, if that makes sense.
I think they're jealous.
Yeah. They're jealous, they want to expand.
I just think the
Another
at least
thing...
the conversations I've had with the two commanders, whether they seem ambitious. They seem like they want more.
Yeah.
Like they're trying to, whether it be a foothold or...
Oh, we have Steel and Lynn over here. Wave them over if possible.
I think they're walking over to us because
they need to be informed about this.
And I totally agree with you. I just think that they're telling themselves lies to justify it.
I don't think it's even lies. I think they fully understand what they're doing. I think they're trying to use propaganda and, actual military tactics against us
Steel,
that
come
they'd
here.
use in war.
Lynn as well. I have something we need to inform you
What's
of.
up? What is it?
Well, I kind of already told Steel some of it.
Oh, it's about the Mercenaries Guild and all that. So, you know the thing about the Foxes and the Mercenary Guild, right? Them trying to, plot things or whatever. Apparently, I got word from a source that the Mercenaries Guild was hired by the Aether Guard to make the Redwall Guard look bad and to try and make a new Redwall Guard.
What? I see. So they want to expand into Redwall, and they think we're in the way.
Shh. Don't say it.
We have
Glider.
We have code names. Code names is fishing for Aether Guard, hunting or training for mercenaries, and hunting for
Speaking of
Foxes.
training, two of them come this way.
Hunting.
It seems that for whatever reason, trainers, fishers, and hunters are very interested in the Redwall Guard and Redwall in general. So, I think they're trying to, expand and hunt bigger things, but I think as long as we put on a good show, and what I mean is we are on our best behavior. If we prove the Redwall Guard is a positive thing, they can't do anything. If we make them the possibility of losing more from hunting than they would gain, because, they make a bad shot and the meat gets all messed up or covered in things like that, well, they can't really do anything with that dead deer if they fuck it up, so...
I'm open to the idea.
That does line up with what I told you that I overheard.
It does.
Also,
to change things real quick because of and I'm actually genuinely curious, how did the training with Torque go? Is everything good with him?
Quite well. The groups all worked well together, training against him and his friend. We are ready. At least for tomorrow, we'll be
Good.
ready. On the mission, but
Tell
there are
Torque
gonna be
that
some
we'll all
things
be
we need to
rooting
take care
for
of
him.
first. But speaking of things I want to take care of, Otis, as you're here, there's something I want to talk to you about.
Oh, yeah, Master. Oh, what about?
Just come over here with me.
Yeah.
As much as I have enjoyed our chat here, seems like more people are wanting to chill out by the Oasis, and also we should probably get back to, now that Torque's training seems to be over, the training grounds are open, so we should probably get back to duty.
When you have time, I should probably fill you in on something.
Just accompany me for now, while we do our rounds. You
Okay.
staying up here, Damien, to keep an eye?
Say again?
Are you staying up here to keep an eye, or are you gonna come with us and patrol around?
I'll look up here for now.
Alright. Then I guess you two can accompany me for now. Don't worry, Lynn, you
Alright.
can get back to your steal when he's done with his little mentor protege.
What is it, Master?
Lots of new faces here.
From his back, wrapped up.
Yeah.
Actually, if you two are fine with it, I think I might go do a scout of the swamp, because I've seen a lot of people go in and out of it lately.
Yeah, I would be
Yeah.
fine with that.
It's also a good location to talk privately.
Mm-hmm.
I've only been there the once during the festival, so...
I've been there more times than I care to count, so I can give you a good overview of the swamp and significant locations. I do want to take some of the guard to Ingot Top sometime, because it is a fantastical place, and if an invasion ever does happen, and something like the Umbrals happens and we are overwhelmed, that is our fallback point, so...
I understand that's the big, huge metal door that's to the side.
Yes, in the side of the mountain. Let's walk over here, say hi to all the folks, you know. Also want to say hi to some friends.
Was that a goose? Wait.
How does it go here?
Huh. Hi, Gustav.
People are looking for
Not
you.
too oh god. Not
People
too
are
bad.
looking for me?
Sorry I missed the...
had
Sorry
a
I missed the
small
meeting,
incident.
Captain.
You're fine. We can
small-
inform you about stuff later.
Incident involving the mercenaries guild, because who else?
Oh.
Me, Wayne, and the Cuddle. I'm not forgetting.
For the love of...
Right, and that clearing literally meters from us. We're testing
Boom.
gunpowder.
I mean, if it is your lack
Boom.
of sleep bothering you, we could give you.
They went
Not
They
in the
blew
training
themselves up.
grounds or by the beach?
It's not
Okay.
just...
It was fun. They fell down like bowling pins.
Oh, that's why we saw them grab someone and throw them in the water. It was probably to put out a fire, I'm guessing.
Let's not.
That makes more sense.
There's always an option.
That explains a lot. Oh, we're actually gonna go do a quick scout of the swamp, since it seems like a lot of people have been going in and out of there. If any of you want to come?
Certainly.
I was
I'll
waiting
come.
here for Cotton, but I don't know where they went. They said they'd be a moment.
You know, if you get hit.
We do need people here. We do have people here. Steele and Otis are up there talking, but Seven, you stay here with Wayne and hold down the fort.
I know you're
never
Till we get back.
Now you are.
I'm sorry,
If
Seven,
you
but
need
you're
any more of
reliable.
the training sessions needed from over there, then you're good. Then you're good from that now.
All right. I hope you got what you needed done, Torque.
We have.
This is
We
a
are
training
prepared
session.
as much as anything.
Maybe
Good. I wish you luck on your venture.
Everyone needs to. I wish I do too.
You gotta come back. We still have to have more guard parties, and you know, we got plenty more stuff to work on.
Now we like you.
Of course we do.
Let's go scout the swamp real quick and then make it back.
Yes, Captain.
Hi, why are you scouting the swamp?
I've just seen a lot of people going in and out of it, and so just want to check it.
Fair enough.
Well, if you're going to the
You wanna
swamp,
come?
That means you're going to the graveyard.
High traffic.
Yes.
You should take the graveyard priestess.
Just
Right?
a lot of people going
Oh,
in
I
and out of
showed
it.
her to the graveyard before.
Someone was looking for you.
Well, I was saying if you're going to investigate that, you should take her just in case.
Oh.
It'll be fine. She seems to be occupied anyways, but besides, I trust in us four. And plus, I doubt there's anything actually there.
If any ghostly goose pop up, you can leave it to me.
Indeed.
Careful with the branches.
Please, a tree could never get the one up on me.
You'd be surprised how many trees can sneak up on you.
Oh, Tris.
Oh,
The only time trees hurt me is when I stand.
yeah, real quick, what?
You seem like a trustworthy fellow.
Yes.
Are you free
We're just
to oh,
doing a quick scout of the swamp.
Hello.
Specifically, but if you wanna
Hi.
accompany us, you are more than welcome to.
Hello.
I want to check out. I want to go and bless the graves before I leave.
Nice to see you again.
Magic today.
That is fine.
Aw.
Grab.
That's good.
Before that, you see him covered in a bit of like sticky substance, what looks to be blood. But it's definitely a different color.
You
Oh,
wish to
100
stay here,
election,
Tris?
anyways.
Or
No,
yeah. What did you need, real quick?
just talking for. Oh well, if you're doing something, it can wait.
Okay, I'll see you when you get back. I want to check something.
I am sorry, but trust me, I've had my fill of conversations being interrupted by guard duty. You're gonna have to get used to it.
Thank you. Grave clerics swear to protect the.
I need to get used to just being a guard.
Corrupt those that are.
Oh. Yes. Hello there.
Oh.
Captain Kai, am I coming?
We're doing a. If you wish, actually, I would like you to come. Be more of less battle experience and more of surveying experience, because we have had issues pop up in the swamps before, so it's best that you know the lay of the land. Not only that, but we're being accompanied by this lovely young lass, so we gotta make sure she's safe. Which brings me to my next point, formation. So, Lynn, you are going... I'm looking this way just because my headache, but we're gonna actually use some of the things that we learned in training this morning.
Then we shall be relocating to this way, but to better accommodate.
Yes. Lynn,
Yeah, that's
you
not a
are
bad
going
idea.
to be a vanguard.
Come on, everyone.
So, Lynn, I want you to stand right there. You're going to be a vanguard. Miss Cleric, your name
Moyi?
again? I'm sorry?
Moyi.
Maury.
Moyi mouse
Can you stand behind them for me? Alright, I guess we'll go it this way. Amber, you are going to be support again, so just stand next to her.
With pleasure.
Otis, you are going to be... You know what, for this, you're going to be commander. So stand to the other side of her.
Would you rather not?
Don't worry.
I thought it was an honorable position. I thought it was highly sought after.
He's very nervous.
Listen, Otis, don't worry. I'm here. I'm overseeing
You seem
all
so
of this, so
capable.
if things get bad, I'll take control. But I want you to get some more field experience. Steel sees a lot in you, and I do too.
Oh,
I do free.
Okay.
Oh, we are just checking out the
Yourself
swamp.
more, buddy.
A little more
Stand next to
confidence
her.
there.
You're going to be giving commands if needed. I highly doubt it though. And then
Hey,
Triss.
you gotta wear that
Mhm.
tacky outfit with pride.
Oh no, we're just scouting the swamps, and I'm using it as a training exercise for the new ones.
I was a little
Wait,
I
who's
see.
tacky? What?
Triss, you will be rear guard.
She insulted his
Right.
The
outfit.
colors.
How dare
It's
you,
not
Lynn?
tacky. I thought it's.
Oh,
All right,
Well-
everyone. If we could get some attention real quick. So, Triss is all of your rear guards. You are going to be making sure nothing sneaks up behind the group or our cleric here. While Otis, you're going to be keeping an eye on everyone, making sure the group is staying together and giving commands if needed. Don't worry, I'll be here to help all of you out if needed. Amber, your support. Do exactly what you did in the battle. If you see anyone struggling, help them out in whatever way you can. Follow the
Aye, aye.
commander's orders and also give the commander advice. Lynn, your vanguard. Any big spookies come out from in front, your job to take care of them so that they don't get to the rest of your team.
And if anything,
All
I do
right.
have a shield that you can all seek refuge under.
mind if I tag along?
Of course, friend. It's been a long time.
It's been a long time.
One
Let me
more
guess,
trip to the
Taurus, you want to
swamps,
come
huh?
along too?
Of course.
I'll
You know
be
me.
around, but I have something to check.
Very well.
Well, do try and keep formation as we move through the swamp. Don't worry, I'll be watching from the sidelines and making sure you all do good. Let's get going, folks.
Onwards to
Time
victory.
to put this new blade to the test.
I hate to burst your bubble, but there is like a 90% chance we run into absolutely nothing.
I was going to say, it seemed very safe during the
It's such a
festival.
spooky place. Yeah, if it's such a spooky place, you'd expect a lot more,
Huh.
Well,
What do you
activity.
know?
I did mention
A lot of
people come and
people
go.
Mistake
Are
peace
you all
for
alright?
spooky.
Miss Farah?
There's something in there.
Well, it looks like you're all getting your battle experience you wanted. Otis,
I-
your
I-
You said
commander, keep your
90% nothing's
formation.
happening.
Let's do this.
There's something in there.
Ah.
Red eyes, it is.
Providing you all with supports and commands when needed, but besides that, Otis, you are commander. It's time to prove your stuff. Stay in formation.
Yes, sir.
All right,
There's one.
guys. If I know
Miss
anything
Cleric,
about
I'm
the
sorry
swamps,
you got dragged into this, but I need you all, but stay in formation with them if possible. And
Yes?
I'll be up front. I'll act as a scout. Follow my lead. Make sure everyone sticks together.
Yes, sir.
all right, guys. If I know anything about the swamps, it's that they're foggy, dark, foggy, and yeah, pretty spooky. There's also a lot of noises.
Stick close.
There's
If you
not...
hear anything,
I
like
grew up here.
or
Stay a bit behind me,
I
however.
grew up in a
I am
similar
scout after
environment.
all.
This isn't spooky.
Apparently there are flying things spotted, so look to the skies.
I just heard something.
it's best to keep your eyes in the
Aye, aye.
trees.
What do you see?
Not sure.
Be aware of anything. Look all around you.
I don't see
anything
anything.
could be here in the
A
water,
tip.
in the bushes.
An effective thing for you to do would be to
People
have
at our
different
rear.
team members focus on different directions. So like
Commander,
one
there's
focuses
people
on
at my
trees while
rear.
One
All right.
focuses on the ground.
Commander.
People?
Don't
Who is
just say that
Huh?
like that.
Stay in formation.
All
Stay in
right.
formation. Hold here.
Hey, support. Do you think you could keep your eyes in the trees?
Aye, aye.
Okay, and trees.
Yes.
I don't know if it's much for you, but can you keep your eye on the bushes?
Ignore them. It's the hands behind the screen. You don't see anything.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I see.
Lynn, I trust you. So
Keep
can you keep your
formation,
ears
everyone.
out for any, noises that aren't common?
And also, keep a close eye on the cleric lady. She is not part of the guard, so she is completely our responsibility to protect.
Yes, sir.
Mhm.
When you get to the graveyard, it's
Yeah, that is.
Completely useless.
Yes.
I'm not completely useless in a fight.
Me, support and Trees. We'll protect Masquits.
Yes, sir. Yes, Commander.
Oh, at least someone paid attention to when I introduced myself.
Otis has a good memory.
At least I have weapons this time.
You see anything
There's a
in the
strange
trees?
tranquility here.
Reminds me of home.
I don't see anything behind us yet.
Really? Seems clear to
Okay,
me.
good. Just keep your ears peeled.
Yes,
Or
Commander.
eyes and ears peeled. Sorry.
More noises.
Something came from over there.
What'd you see?
I heard.
Probably just a common noise.
It was far away. They were just noises.
Thanks for the
As
information.
long as they don't get near.
What doesn't get near?
Times, buddy. When we first traveled through the
If
forest.
something physical starts running at you, that's when we worry.
I forget.
I hear heavy breathing.
I remember you were a farmer.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Kai.
Kai remember the triad? The tire triad? Yeah, that was
Yes,
fun.
the tire triad. Yeah, how could I forget?
Guess what? I'm captain of the guard now.
These big ears.
I don't see it. We'll have to progress.
You're not supposed. You don't. So you're not supposed to. They won't let you see them.
Come on, guys, keep up.
We're not alone out here. I hope you all know that we are not.
Everyone needs to be behind me.
Oh, I'm aware. We're not alone. We got you, and the person.
No, I
watching the
mean
trees.
our party. Yes, our party is not alone here.
I did not
Otis,
see
move
it.
your team up now.
Guys, come up.
All right, Miss Cleric, do your blessing. Otis, I want you to have your team establish a perimeter around the cleric and in the graveyard for advantageous positions.
All right.
Meanwhile, I'll scout around.
Trees. I'll need you somewhere around here. Around these assortment of graves.
Yes,
So
Commander.
that way, if you see anything come from the trees, you'll be able to shout it right away.
Yes, Commander.
Then you stick with trees.
I'm here to help. Do not fear.
You scared?
I see.
If it's not much, do you think you can?
There was someone over there. Someone with a spear. Do you see them?
Oh, that's just Kai.
Oh, sorry. God, I feel like a fool. Sorry, I'm just... I didn't expect to see something like this so soon. I'm hearing something.
Over there.
To the right.
Oh, this isn't creepy at all.
Remember, look for things with wings.
Wings.
Would it be in the sky or trees?
Something's laughing over here.
See if you guys can also keep looking at the sky from time to time.
Yep, that's why wings.
Rather no one stand in front of me while I perform the ritual. Thank you, Otis.
Oh, sorry, Mousequits. Okay, Kai says something about it having wings, so it's probably best we keep...
Trees and sky. Yes, Commander.
Trees and sky. If you see something flapping its wings, or you hear it, you know, a flapping sound like... That's when we start to worry.
Blessings have been given. Fantastic. That's beautiful.
Hey.
Hello, is everything
Well,
okay?
what are you guys doing here?
What do you mean, what are we doing here?
Safety as soon as possible.
You wanted to see if you needed.
All right, listen.
Well, if you
Otis,
need to assist, it
continue
would be
perimeter
great.
search. I'll take care of this. Apparently,
By the-
Asphera and some others came out of the swamp and said that they saw flying creatures inside of it. They were panting and running. We were already going to scout the swamp, but it turns out there is something here, so be on the lookout for flying creatures of any sort. If
What
you
about
want
a
to
black
select-
mist at the size of Rem?
No,
yes.
that's Taurus.
Yeah, we were we were terrified by
That's
that, but
Taurus.
it's fine.
Okay.
You seem so gentle.
Actually, you two can do me a favor.
Everyone needs to
Uh,
meet a Taurus. I don't know why.
Can you two take
Seems nice to me.
her back to Redwall? She came here to do blessings on the graves, but we didn't actually think there was anything out here. You two can safely take her
So
back
Knight-
to Redwall.
You do realize that in a few days I will be living out here, right?
Did you talk with Wilson?
Yes.
Ah,
I've already put a petition in
see.
for the. Like I said, this place does not scare me.
Where? Shit, wings!
Shit over there.
This way!
It's not that, it's more of I just want to protect you. But if you
Behind that
want
tree.
to be out here anyways, and Wilson approved it, then I trust you. Wilson's a good friend of mine.
Kai, you know we could
Actually,
have
go near
right?
if I were
We
you.
can both fight.
Yes, that's
Guys, be
the
on your
plan.
guard.
Do we hold position?
Commander, you're...
Alright, so
Commander, you seem
you
nervous.
three stick with me. I gave Otis a squad. He is commander currently of that squad. This is a test for him. You three are going to
We'll
be
have to
with
stay
me, and
here.
We're just going to be offering assistance
Yes, sir.
whenever
If we
we
go
can, as well as
anywhere
looking
out in those
behind
trees,
them, since
we're probably
they are
gonna get
currently
catched.
a bit focused.
Well, that's why we have Lynn here. She's the vanguard, remember?
If we
Hey, Taurus.
we're back, Taurus.
Well, still knows.
All right. You three stick
Don't
with
venture
me.
too
I'll take
far,
the
yeah.
van. Wait, are all three of you healers?
Don't worry, I am armed.
Yes.
Kira is a frontline healer.
Yes.
I am supportive, and Moi, I am unsure.
Okay, well then, I
Bring
guess
up my
I'll
weapons.
just stick with me, and I'll, if anyone's injured, go help them, and then I'll help cover for Otis's team. For now, we're gonna keep a watch on this area, so just keep an eye out there. I'm
If you
gonna
guys
watch
see any
whoever's
wings,
coming in, so that I can tell
shout
them
it
the
out.
situation.
Alrighty.
Should we not
Oh, trust me, I'm keeping my eyes peeled. I'd rather not die on
At
my
some
first
point we should
mission.
definitely check out in that
Easy
direction.
From the beginning to here, yeah. If it was that
Well,
easy,
I
we
just
would have
saw
already
one earlier.
encountered them. I did. Actually, it could be
Right
at the ruin.
ahead.
You find something?
All right,
Wings.
we're gonna move
flapping.
out, like you said.
Glad to
Commander,
be
I
of
believe you
service.
found some.
Keep him over there.
I feel like I'm a member of
What?
the guard.
What did you see?
No.
Wings.
You're an honorary member in
Wings.
my eye.
Wings?
Everyone, listen to me.
They.
We're
Yes,
gonna
sir.
take this a bit on the front. We're gonna go on a frontal attack to a degree, but move cautiously. Otis, you're gonna take the front. We are moving over there. There's a ruined village. That is where we are going to set up next camp, quote unquote. Take your
Alright.
team, get in formation, stay in formation, and head over to the ruined village. You three,
All right,
stay
first
with
team on
me.
me. Remember, keep
Lynn,
your
you
eyes
best
on
Tris,
the
go with them.
wings.
Well, the
Yes, sir.
commander even-
Keep your eyes on the trees, keep your eyes on the bushes, keep your eyes on the water, keep your eyes
Meanwhile,
in the
all
sky.
of you are going to be my quote-unquote squad, and
If
we are
something
just
starts
going
charging,
to be
fight
backing
it.
them up, assisting them whatever way we can.
Right.
Remember, Commander, you need to have Lynn with you.
So, like, anyone gets hurt, we should be fine.
Okay.
Otis, will you be okay on your own?
Sport, can you keep your eyes on the trees?
Likewise, music it hurts. So.
And
Am I ahead of you?
Comforting.
Can you
Don't
keep your
worry,
eyes on
I'll
the sky?
try my best to take care of any other combat.
Me and
that
Lynn will
we
have our
deal
sky.
with, which
We'll
shouldn't
have
be
our
much, considering
visions on the
getting
ground,
Otis
on the bushes,
frontal
on the water, and on the
watch
ground.
here.
That means absolutely nothing if
We
somebody
should
is
move
over
faster,
behind.
Commander.
It does, which is why I'm keeping an eye on the back.
I know, but I don't want to move too quick.
Letting Otis take the front. We'll
That's
I
what
just
we
don't
have
know
Lynn
how
for.
smart that thing is.
Well, they also said to move
if it's dangerous, for that
cautiously.
matter.
And with something with wings, it would have more mobility. It would be probably make way quicker than us anyway.
Well, considering we're surrounded by trees, I could just make a nice little roof for us.
Okay, we made it to ruined village.
Suggest we enter the middle of the town, to make a circle, and then we can go from there, Commander.
so well, I can navigate them backwards. There's a rock there, or a bush, a tree.
Well as the rally point.
Just keep your eyes peeled on everything.
How this outhouse is in perfect condition, but you know.
Anything then?
Maybe it's still being used. Who knows?
No.
All right. Otis, do the same thing we did last time at the graveyard. Set up a perimeter with your team. And also search the houses in case anyone's hiding in them.
Yes. Yes, Commander.
Stay where you are, but your job is just to keep everything, your eyes on the trees and in the
Keep an
sky.
eye out, just in case.
There's a lot of sky.
I believe there's a god
and me.
at the outhouse.
We'll just be casually walking around all the destroyed buildings.
Alright, we did say
I
some
gave
noises in
Trish
that
the
direction.
job
We
to
should
look
head
out
that
for
way.
the eyes and. Okay.
Hello?
Even though we are
Hello?
exploring these buildings,
I don't know what's going on. I came in to
keep
see
our
what was
eyes
going on.
around
I have
everything
no idea
else.
what's going on here.
Oh.
It's bug people, apparently. I believe Ava Sky is running it, I believe. So
We have 3
if you
gods
want to
in
know
the
what's
swamp,
happening.
and no one knows
I
what's
just
going
saw the
on.
name, so she was here. They were here, so they're around still.
Well, apparently Ava's
Anyways.
doing it,
Well,
so.
I
just wanted to let the gods know that I have Eyes of the Grave as passive, and if these creatures were undead, I can detect where they are. That was all.
Understood. Ava, did you hear that?
Okay.
Where'd they go? Okay.
Yep. All right.
nothing.
I'm sorry, that echo sounded like it came from the outhouse, which was fucking hilarious.
It was a lot further though.
He could be hiding inside the
Yes, we should probably check the outhouse, just in case. Nope, nothing in the outhouse. Who would have thought?
Sir?
You want to go, friend? You want to check deeply?
Arion is here.
You go.
Can we help
Ladies
you?
first.
Out of the mist.
No.
Arion?
He's one of us.
Elwin.
Owen, sorry.
Hello?
I'll inform you. Apparently,
I saw
Asfera
that
and
Max
some
fighting
others
somebody?
came
Do you reckon it could be a haunting? It has
in
kind
here.
of feel of a haunting.
Yeah.
All right, Otis, gather your team. Get ready to move. Elwin, can you take us there? Asfera and other people.
Commander.
Supposedly they said they were done.
Yes, Trish.
Otis!
Oh,
Well,
sorry.
We got reports from Asfera.
You have to be careful.
You
You're
know, head of
surrounded.
the healing you, and
Right.
others that there
I
are
was just sitting here.
flying bug things.
Don't mean you.
Which is why we
It wasn't
couldn't
bug
deal with them.
things. It wasn't bug things.
I'm
It was
sorry.
Humans that they were fighting.
It is okay, Otis. It is
Like
okay.
soldiers?
Well, no, but Asfera told us that there were flying
Right.
things in here.
So I know of it.
Right.
Which is what we're
seen
mainly
a
looking
moth
for.
man creature. I
We
can
did
tell
see a
you
moth man.
where they were.
So are those
they
shields,
weren't
or are they
fighting
fist
moth or
weapons?
bug things.
You do not
I need to
see-
speak to Andy.
That's
though,
fine.
So... Yeah, bring me there and then I'll speak to Andy.
Oh, okay. That was it.
Can you speak
I
with
need to
him?
speak to you in like 5 minutes if you can, or after all this is over.
It's my business.
Of course. All right, everyone. Otis, form up your
Oh, he's not
team.
there anymore.
Follow
Okay. Oh,
behind
there you
me
go.
this time, but keep an eye on everyone else. Me and Elwin are gonna take the lead.
Guys, we have the job of keeping an eye on the area, but also we got to keep an eye on everyone else.
Let's
One
move.
eye for both things.
We're not here to harm
you could just keep your head on a
if you're
swivel.
around.
That is true. You could do that.
I know you're there.
We also got to hurry up so we don't fall behind.
Oh, you gotta move.
Guys, wait, someone's here.
Hmm?
What?
Big fish man with pink tail.
Are you okay?
But
It
we
really
need
just
someone's
seems
here.
like ghost activity.
I do not see anything.
Keep your eyes on the trees.
You're the one called Otis.
Yes, I am called Otis.
He said to follow, but not like too close. They're going to approach the people over there, and if things go south, then we rush in.
Headache.
Sounds good
Okay,
to me.
okay.
Ah, did you get any of that? Did you get any of what I said?
Otis, Commander.
What kind of presents?
Yes. Follow, but not close.
Okay. And keep an eye open just in case they get hairy over there.
Do you think they need help being sent over to the other side?
That's only if that's a spirit.
Hey, Trees.
We're not even too sure what it is.
Yes, Commander.
Could you keep watch of the others? Go right over there and alert us if they get attacked.
Yes, Commander.
Yeah, I was like, Moyi, did you pick up if it was anything at all, or no?
And could you help me keep an eye on the trees as well?
I can't exactly pick up on it.
We're all good.
Commander.
It was some friends. They're going to be accompanying us as well.
Yes?
Otis.
Thank goodness.
Oh.
What the?
Otis, let's get moving. Follow close behind.
Guys, let's go.
If you're there, we're not here to harm you, so please, show yourself.
We're moving out. Kinda wish we actually did run into something. It'd be great training for the
You guys go follow him up ahead. I gotta go get the others.
Yes, Commander.
You guys coming?
Not used to this many pigskin.
Don't worry.
The swamp sometimes plays tricks on you. Sometimes it doesn't. Just be aware of them, but do not fully fall for it, because they could be just fake.
That voice, you heard that, right?
Yes,
I
I
don't see
did.
anything in the trees.
But there's also magics in these swamps,
But it's
so it
alive,
could just be
so
tricks.
It doesn't want you to see them.
Okay, no, that definitely said something. That wasn't like the
They
previous
are-
voices I've heard.
See, I feel that's the mercs over there fighting.
Of course, you're in
Alright,
charge.
hold on, Elwin. Stop here real quick, because I don't know how many people we want intervening on their work, so I'm gonna...
They said it was
Well, I
out
know
of
it
their
doesn't sound
restriction when I
easy,
walked
but it's
over
probably
there
best to
before,
keep our
so-
ears peeled then.
I'm not completely sure.
Otis!
I just said this.
Take your
I don't
squad,
like this.
keep the healers next to you, and just continue on your way back
It seems
to
to be
the
just-
ship, but do not leave without us.
It seems to be some sort of insect.
Me, Elwin,
Jeez,
and
Do you
we can bait it.
can I get one of the healers to come with us?
They want to attack a group.
Andy, yes. Andy, you're gonna come with us. Us three
What's
are
that
going.
gonna help?
The rest of the healers on me.
Alright, so
Alright,
never mind. I guess we
Elwin,
have this
Andy,
bad,
and
probably.
Ellen, Andy, and me are going to go and talk with the mercenaries, see if we can lend aid. All of you, make your way back to the ship and hold ground there. Any of you who are not with the Redwall Guard may feel free to return to Redwall.
Alright.
Let's go.
It's best to be careful while we're walking. Remember to keep your eyes on the ground, on the bushes, in the trees.
Stay very much to the right. Stay to the right. We're try and stay out of the mercenaries' ways.
Right.
I believe the Agricultural Guild actually has ties with the Faith.
Elwin, okay, I guess we can.
I
think we are
You said to
going
do the
to
right,
the
so I said the right, but yes.
See,
that's who they're fighting.
We're still right or not?
The commander says the whole position.
Alright, hold position, trees.
Okay. I thought he said stay to the right, but
Well, something's going on over there.
We don't see anything. We're hallucinating. Do.
It's a module. Don't worry about it. Don't worry
Yep,
about it. It's a module.
totally hallucinating.
Yep.
Yep, didn't see anything. Man, these swamps make you crazy. There's absolutely nothing happening over there.
It is like a mirage that I've heard of. Things that aren't actually there.
Indeed.
Yeah, I have time to talk to you, Andy. Or would you like to do that back at
Yes,
Redwall?
of course. No, well, let us get out of the swamp so we don't get in the way of God.
Bug people and other things. Bug people, we didn't see. Well, actually, I saw outlines of bug people, but nothing major.
me and Lynn saw the wings, and that's it.
All right, everyone,
saw
stay
the
here.
eyes.
Don't
The
go
foot markings.
yet. Okay. I was gonna get a regroup of everyone. Where is everyone else?
Well, I'm going to talk with Erwin, so...
Yeah, just remember, we didn't see the mercenaries.
Of course.
Nothing happened with them. I also want to get a group up in character to tell them that the mercenaries are not there. It's all an illusion.
You don't see anything.
They're on a module. They're
These are not the
technically
mercs
not
you're looking
there.
for.
Besides, we'll just wait for everyone to gather and then we'll get out of the module's way.
Okay.
Alright, everyone, a quick out of character side note. Mercenaries doing a module. We did not see anything. Mercenaries are not in the swamp currently.
Okay.
The bug people was this thing though, so you can do that. Alright, now we can go.
Everyone is alive.
Oh,
I am okay.
I'm really glad it wasn't anything.
I suspect it was a fake creature.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
We
Did you harvest the
investigated.
body?
No. It was
Why?
harmless.
Well, that was a
Oh, I thought you killed it. Unfortunate.
No, I did not.
heart pumping
I need to talk to Aaron.
section.
Guard, let's get out of the way.
I need to talk to you later.
Okay.
Hello, Tris. I need to talk to you for a bit.
Okay.
Oh, wait. Are you doing something?
No, we're like we already investigated. What's up?
Not really, but it was.
Oh,
a
fair
bit
enough.
bad.
I think I need to talk to you privately.
Okay.
Was I seeing you, Kazu? I need to talk to this person real quick. Let's go knitting a talk, shall we?
Yep.
Sourced from the agricultural guild, but if you are able to procure some special.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
Yeah,
Excuse
there's a
me.
module going on. We probably shouldn't go to the swamp.
Oh, excuse me. Excuse me.
Sorry.
Additionally, we looked pretty hard
Good job,
everywhere.
Commander. We survived.
Is a good place to talk privately.
Okay.
So,
I'm assuming
I'll
it's
talk
not
to you
just
about
the
whole...
getting you the herbs and stuff.
Oh, well, yes. It's mostly a test, so to speak. I am also leading an investigation in a few days about recent things that have been happening somewhere by my village chief.
Investigation.
If you'd be... Would you like to come? It's more of like a test for you.
A
See
test.
if you're...
I guess sure.
It's nothing too dangerous, I hope.
Well, I mean, a test
It's
is
mostly
usually
just
well.
why
This is. Why is what?
it's more of an investigation, really. But I could
Um.
use your skills. I feel like you're more skilled in certain aspects that we need. But yeah.
All right.
Are you free in 2 days? The 28th, out of character.
Yeah. Or. Let me double check real quick. Is that next month or like Monday in 2 weeks?
Monday in 2 weeks.
Okay, then yes.
Alright. It's in 2 days. Be prepared. Whatever you need, I'll try and provide. But, it's mostly just an investigation, sort of. But I could use all the help I can get.
Well, I mean, if I need to prepare, it would be nice to know what I'm preparing for. What kind of test / investigation thing that am I helping you with?
It's mostly just figuring out what's happened to the villagers. Why they've stopped contacting us.
The what?
Because it's mostly just the villagers from the village next to us have
Oh.
stopped contacting us recently.
Okay. Yeah, I can help you with that. So I can see. I've told you I was a scout, so yeah, I can. I can get my scouting stuff together.
That's part of the reason why I went to ask for you. But yeah, thank you.
Is there anything
I'll be going now.
specifically? Okay, send me a letter later, with anything that you think might be helpful for me to prepare, like anything special equipment that I might need.
All right, I'll be doing a bit of scouting, tomorrow. But we'll head in as a group the day after. That's all right.
Yeah, that shouldn't be a problem.
There's a few other people. I don't know if you'll work well with them, but we'll see.
I try to work. This morning was the first training exercise where I learned to fight with people, so I want to try to work with people. So.
Well, these are relatively nice people, I think. The people I trust the most, and I would hope it would be the same for you.
Well,
So,
once I get to
thank you
know
for
them.
helping me.
Oh, absolutely. You helped me in my first day in
there is
Redwall.
still
Of course, I'm going
payment.
to help you.
And there is still payment to be for you, not just an.
Oh, I know. I'm pretty sure you were going to pay me. But, you know,
Definitely.
it's still, I do still expect to be paid, but I do also want to help since you were extremely helpful my first day, so you were one of the very first people I met, and you were very fine, so of course I'm going to help you out.
Artisans guilds pay well. Not as much as gods, though.
Oh,
You
yeah.
have a dragon horde. So, but it still pays relatively well.
Well,
I'll see
I
you in
mean,
2 days.
yep,
Or maybe
yeah, I'll see you in a couple days.
we'll be in Aether in 2 days.
All right.
I'll send you a letter.
All right, Moss.
About that, not me.
I can
So
teach both of
silly.
you about it. I've known him the longest.
You okay?
Hey, Lucius.
Hello.
I was sorry, just something stuck in here. It also makes me do weird
That was a-
squeaks sometimes.
Apparently, yeah. Hmm.
Hopefully I did okay.
Anyway,
That was the first kind of
why
mission
are you
I've
so
done.
interested in knowing my history of him?
Just that comment you made earlier about that elf.
Don't you worry about it. And don't be jealous.
Oh, I'm worried. I'm very.
Don't be.
Lynn, come on. That's not what a hero does. Heroes don't get
What are you
jealous.
talking about? Yeah,
Do
they
they?
do. Heroes are prideful.
Oh.
Well, can
don't
be.
be a hero then.
I jest.
Wait, that sounds wrong. Wait, let me rephrase that. Don't have a average hero's philosophy. Make your own. That's not a average hero.
It was a nice try, Otis.
Otis isn't good at this. I'm just gonna say this and ignore that Otis said anything. And just say, be aware he is a dragon and doesn't think the same way as most of, I'm assuming you're married.
We're having this talk. I'm gonna walk away.
Yeah.
I'm walking away.
Once the petition for my house to be built in the swamps is cleared and construction begins, I will be able to begin the construction of my garden too.
Oh well, if it's the construction, maybe Artists Guild can help. I am part of it after all.
I thank you. I have already 3 doors open to me for seeds. There's a specific list of plants that I need to acquire.
Somebody got arrested.
Alright. Fair
Who
enough.
got arrested?
No problem.
The
Wait, what?
kobolds, the little foxes.
Well, thank
They were
you.
just taking them to
Anyway,
the dry
if I
bears.
actually do.
Oh, I was wondering when they would show up again.
Thank you.
Do you mean Jenico and Fudo?
And I would be glad to
they're kobolds.
Jenico's
give
here?
my assistance either way.
No, she's not. At least not that I have noticed.
No.
I'm talking about
You said
some
foxes.
the foxes. They wear like hoods and such. I don't know if you've seen them.
Oh, no, I don't know them.
But it's foxes.
Yeah, they were stealing from people a few days ago. Looks like they're back. Looks like still caught one.
They should not be doing that. Well,
Why didn't they turn into chickens?
Wait, were they the ones that were turning people into chickens?
We have
Saying
no
you need
idea.
to talk to me?
I'm sorry?
You need to talk to me. You need to talk to me
Yes,
because
I
I need to talk to you.
and you need to talk to
Soul of sacrifice.
Is that the first time
To look
seeing it?
good while doing all of those things.
Seeing what?
The soul.
these two do all those things.
The what?
The soul. Andrixon's
yes.
familiar.
I didn't quite notice it until I got closer. There's a small soul in there.
Hi, everyone.
If they need my testimony, I do have it. Hello.
What did the foxes do this time?
We might keep that actually for other stews.
They already gave back my money.
Selling stolen items.
Oh, wow, I didn't have to do anything
You
this
paid them
time.
silver, didn't you?
But why? We didn't.
You paid them silver, didn't you?
We're honest merchants.
Yes. Here. Take the 5 gold.
Who chased them down?
Thank you. And that one's not
Are you
enchanted,
sure,
so it
Stan?
shouldn't start heating up. I don't need it. Anything I need to buy, I can make myself. And I don't need to eat, so I don't need to make anything.
For being honest merchants.
Selling mugs that aren't yours.
Mugs. They were ours? What do you mean they weren't ours?
No, they weren't yours. Now, stop arguing. You have
Let's
two
let Steele do
options.
his job.
You pay the fine.
Uh-oh, the frogs are back.
We don't have any money. What do you
Oh, no. Are they going to be a problem?
They won't if they don't pay.
Start trying to
because
eat
they
people.
won't have any hands, but
I mean, they didn't start trouble last time unless, until that one woman, like, poured a drink on them, so.
If they were introduced.
We're talking about the
wouldn't they
frogs.
also.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about,
Yeah,
too.
that was the frogs.
Yeah. Someone poured a drink on one of the frogs and they started fighting.
Kind of hard
Well, you
to.
don't have
Especially
to
when they
get
start
them to
screaming.
get rid of them. You
Freaking
can
out,
just
yeah.
gather them and banish them.
Didn't one of those frogs eat a pig whole?
I didn't hear of that, but that wouldn't surprise me.
Did.
I don't remember her name, but the blood mage was kind of frightened, I think.
Yeah, she was the one that poured it on her.
Right.
That seems to be one big frog then.
They're small, but apparently I didn't see them in action, but they're apparently very, I guess tenacious would be the word.
They had a cult going on.
A-
It's pretty strange. I have seen stranger though.
I mean, it's Redwall.
You should have. Wayne, you should have seen that fox's face when I descended from the sky.
So how did they get busted?
Yeah, I'd be scared too.
Well, there's exactly 2 chalices, or 3 chalices missing. Where do the mugs normally go?
I think 2 of them are still in the bushes.
The mugs were from the tavern, not the winery. I guess. Oh yeah, we should probably go fish those out. The mugs up here then? Mugs are probably from the inn, not the winery. Now, if they had taken this route, that would have been much smarter. Ooh.
Well, they're not exactly the most brilliant masterminds.
Even though you
Man,
always
they tried
hear
to
about
steal
foxes
from a
coming.
vampire.
If they had been stealing because of necessity, I would have given them real gold too.
It was
I've
the
always
tone
been
that they
a
had.
beggar. Yeah, definitely the mugs from in here.
Same make.
Yep, same insignia at the bottom. Alrighty. That busts that. Time to go get the chalices from the bushes.
I actually do. Yeah, it's basically a mace, yeah. But when I was working on the big stuff, tinkering things, it actually comes in handy there too.
There you go.
So you take out a light crystal.
Yes, they should work. All you need to do is
Run through this bush. And this. Before heading back through here.
You three. Oi, oi, oi.
Yes.
Oi.
Yeah?
Yes, yes.
We need you to act as witnesses for this incident, as you said. So if you would all please come over. Okay, good. Come along.
The exact same make and model as the one found in the winery.
Mm-hmm. Now then, these, two of them are indeed members of the guard, but they are witnesses to the crime.
Indeed,
They
no,
also have the
they-
evidence of the stolen cups. They have found
Stolen
more of the
cups?
stolen cups.
What do you mean?
And this one is a civilian.
It's the
and
exact
also
same as the
witnessed
one from the
crime.
winery, which is where you came from when you walked
They
in.
are
with me.
indeed the exact same because we have the same supplier.
No, you don't.
Yes, we do. You can't just say no, you don't, as if that's evidence.
meet you. My name is.
We know you're thieves. We've been watching you for days.
Nice to meet you.
You don't have
Oh,
any
we
kind
only
of
were here
supply.
for one day.
today.
This is our
Man,
first day on this
this
entire
man's
city. What do you
obviously
mean
lying.
Hi, guys.
You're just making stuff up now.
You don't remember me? You were my first friends.
Who are you?
I never met you.
You mean the other? Oh, you mean the other guy?
I do have a way
one
of
at a time, then.
hypnosis.
So, guys, what's
We might
going on?
use them in as well.
Rio, hold on here a minute.
They stole cups.
This is a current guard problem. This is the guard dealing with some criminals, please. Please just back away for the time being, okay?
You can't keep it.
Wait, hold on. I have every right to know what criminals we're dealing with.
Thieves.
Why do people just keep assuming we're criminals?
Because we literally caught you
Can you give
in
us
the
the
act.
documents
We literally
that you
caught
have?
you.
Doing what?
You caught us selling
things.
mugs.
We caught you selling mugs you stole.
Nope,
yeah.
not stolen.
We're saying we didn't
Knowing
steal.
you stole it.
You have a point.
Wait, excuse me.
The
Excuse me.
documents
Wait,
are
wait,
being
wait,
done with this
wait.
stuff in order for you to
Did they
do
steal
said
mugs
so.
from the bar over there to
The
try to
winery.
sell them?
They stole mugs from the winery to try and sell
What
them.
he claims.
They're not even thieves at this point.
Winery
They're
and-
morons.
What is
wrong with
are
you?
What kind of person would do that exactly? Idiots.
Can we go back to the main deal thing?
Yes, can we
And you
stop
just got
just
called out
being
by a guy who tried
distracted?
to summon a succubus.
Can we
Who
stop
that
having
guy is?
distractions,
You
please?
little weenie. You're a little weenie now.
Everybody order.
No, back up now. Let's actually try and.
Oh no, I'm a weenie.
Well, I'm trying to have one.
Oh,
So
yes.
the actual
You
documents
have
for you to
a-
actually be able to have the
an ability of
to have the whole
hypnosis, and
so-called
we
bugs
able
of being
to
able to have the
compel
permission.
them
Do you
to
have
speak the
documents for
truth.
that? Do you have anything of approval?
We do, yes. Here is a
Hey,
paper.
friend.
It is from the Commerce Guild. It is signed. We have permission to sell things. We are independent merchants.
I'm gonna roll to see if I can read this because of me being a barbarian. A 7. I won't be able to read a single fucking word from this.
I'll take it.
I'll take it
if I can't read it, still give it a Thursday.
Everyone, silence. Everyone, silence. For a moment, please.
Let's see what this is then.
My friend,
Right.
you do lawyer
I also get a
correct?
+3, so.
I was wondering where they're coming from. You're blue.
Begrudgingly, I do. What's
Remember,
the
if
other?
things don't line up, get the fuck out to do some sparring with me. No, we appreciate your efforts to
I rolled a
paint us in a
13,
good light
so it's a
as we
16.
are.
Still pretty powerful.
Now, everyone,
There are no +3s.
I have bought an actual lawyer. We are going to do this properly. They are claiming to have documentation saying they are allowed to sell things. However,
We are merchants.
what they are selling is mugs stolen from the winery.
Mugs that he is claiming are stolen.
You keep saying that are stolen.
So what
I
does the
understand.
document say?
This
Because I read it with a
please.
16.
He has it.
That's one of those
Yes,
mugs from the tavern.
He has it.
I think they're still from both.
What does it say? Because I read it with a
It's
16.
still theft no matter what they're stealing.
It is,
They could have stolen a rock
paperwork
if it's
signed by the
theft.
Commerce Guild that we are independent merchants.
Then can you hold these?
It is signed
Who is your dad?
in a signature.
That the big guy?
Signature from who? Is it someone from the guild?
The red one or the
Just so I'm
silver
tracking.
one?
Oh no, it's not signed by anybody in the actual guild. So, you know.
So, if you know people from the guild and you don't recognize that name, that's up to you.
There's two dragons there. I'm
I
wondering
know
which
people.
this one belongs to.
Well, there's one specific issue here, and that is there is no one from the Commerce Guild's signature on here of authority.
How am I supposed to know?
Who's the authority of the
mage.
Did someone sell us a fake license?
We robbed.
You are going to see Torg with glowing red eyes inside of his helmet.
Somebody gave us a fake business license.
Alright, now, before we continue this, all civilians please back away, because this is a legal thing.
You're in trouble.
Alright, Tina, you might want to.
Hey,
you want to get out?
Do you want me to just be on the side, boss?
Make sure people don't keep barging in.
Yes, sir.
Who has authority over
This is fake.
Well,
I can't tell if it's faked.
I can tell it's one of them kind of fake.
Just see me walking alone, Trisyra.
Fake? Maybe not.
Believe you can talk to
So, what
someone
you're saying
is
is
trying to
they
talk
have
to
an unofficial license and they are selling
Oh,
stolen
hello.
Not stolen goods.
Sorry.
I cannot confirm whether the goods have been stolen.
I noticed you've been observing that one, been in that place a lot of times, the bed and breakfast thing. Do you know who runs that?
We have civilian witnesses who have
Not really.
Because I'm
just
genuinely
me and my
interested in
friends.
steal and sell these goods.
Because I'm genuinely interested in going there. Yeah, with my, going on a date with my boyfriend there.
I am not in charge of.
I mean, you can go there if you want. We kind of just go there, and then when people come to ask for payment, we just give it.
Oh, the lady with the lovely green hair was one
Alright,
particular witness.
thank you. I'll be sure to tell you.
We sold them the mugs. We sold them mugs.
They didn't see where we got them.
Odd. All right.
Yes, I must just
Set up some shit here because I already know where this is going.
I don't see you with someone
Was it? I believe we said your name was.
besides the person who
Yes, that's my name.
I cannot see.
Certainly.
And from what I'm
I
hearing from
don't
these
know.
documents,
I see.
Oh yeah, we
Yes,
actually
it's
found
nothing
out
to be
just now
worried
that
about.
they
It's
sold
a
them.
rather
If they're
nice,
fake
calm day
licenses,
for me
we'll turn the
personally.
money back
But thank you
over
for
to
checking
your
up on me.
just now. Get it? But
Well,
well, yeah, we didn't know it was
hold
fake.
on.
How do we know that someone who gave us a license to sell
Oh,
things
it
said it was a
couldn't
fake
be yours.
license?
Fertilized egg.
We got it from a man who said he was the merchant guild.
Who was this individual?
Yes, what did this man do?
Jeremy. He was
Jeremy?
kind of.
I do not recall a Jeremy in Aether or Redwall.
He was kind of this tall.
Not
blonde
I
hair,
either, and definitely no one of authority to sign one of these.
Kind of this tall,
Exactly.
blonde hair, kind of floated around all willy nilly. He called himself the mayor, but he was like super racist. Believe him.
Never a dull day in Wood.
Yep, that sounds like Asmodeus. And this does
Yeah, he
sound
was
like
like
something he would do.
super racist.
all I need is that confirmation. It wasn't official.
I thought it was Jeremy. It's Asmodeus.
What? That doesn't even rhyme.
Yes, Harlequin, what is it?
Silence. Torg.
Should have been there to slash with my hammer.
The only thing I need to know
Wait for them.
is if that's the only thing that I needed to know. If it was official or not. If it's not, then if they've already sold that stuff, then the damage has already been done.
I need to stop talking about myself. Selling without a license is illegal. We are apologizing.
You also said
And I'm the one they stole it from.
You found your
We
tabard
did
again.
not steal anything.
thieves. We have been
Selling
misled.
without
It's on the other side of my bed somehow. Stuff looks like cool here.
What's the word?
I don't know where or how
We
or
were
why.
told that we were legal to sell here.
There's a lot of different people.
We have now just been given the second
I'm just going to go for a bit of a walk. Like well, it's an early day if you want to come.
Absolutely. I'm just listening to them argue about stealing, but not stealing at the same time.
And you decided to call me racist because I didn't give you more money.
I don't know.
No, my business.
What was it?
I never said anything about how you looked like.
He also said that he hated
How's
lizards.
your day been so far?
Thank you.
Yeah, some
Shall we
bisms
continue
have
with our
Mm.
punishment of these two?
Yes, I am.
Hold on.
I better.
Hold on. I'll just back it up then. These were the whole like couple.
Let me look over here.
The whole like drinking thing. But I still have something in mind.
I'm scared that's going to be true.
This is false as fuck.
I literally just want to scream. I literally want to just scream like, spank them! That's a good punishment! Spank them! I want to do that so badly.
Well, I think Torg is going for that direction.
It was. It's
My club can be used as a paddle.
That is one heck of a paddle.
No, there's this. Come back.
You would feel some heft to this.
No, but that's his basic.
Also, I don't think I've seen you around here.
She's a child. She's a child. She's a child, so the only punishment that she could think of is spanking.
I'm going to do a few things. Fingers will not be removed.
I don't think I've seen you around here before.
A specific warning.
Oh no, today's my first day.
Oh, hi. My name's Tris. I've only been here for 5 days, so I'm kind of new myself still, a little bit.
Mucho gusto, Tris. Quetzal.
Nice to meet you, Quetzal.
Just been prospecting around, and the guard does seem interesting.
Why is there more of them?
Frogs?
Okay, what the?
Shit, what's the matter right now? You were there
I would
that
sense
day.
that too. Hi, how you doing?
What day is it? How long has it been since that mage was looking at me in that circle?
Oh no.
Stay with me. Keep an
That's the
eye
thing
on
we
them.
were talking about.
Yes, I know.
You have no help.
Is
I have an astrologer. Oh dear.
is he doing the thing again?
Grab.
I have no idea.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Are these?
Oh god. Well.
Are these the frogs that ate the pig?
Yes. The frogs, the foxes, and whatever this thing is going on there. Welcome to Redwall. It's exciting here.
It is quite exciting.
Believe it or not, it's usually not this, I would say chaotic.
It's either in Aether or it's going to be in here.
Yeah.
Either way, it's going to be chaotic.
Well, my first.
Yeah, apparently.
My first day in Aether.
It's much more calmer in Aether.
Yeah, I would say it's more common in Aether. I've been in Aether 1 day, and there was a bunch of chaos. I've been here for 4 days. This is the first day with a whole bunch of chaos. So.
You learn the fun never ends in Redwall.
I think I learned that second day.
What is their name again? It starts with an A, correct?
Their name?
No, the man in the red coat.
Actually, that's a good question. I never learned his name. I'm still new myself, so I'm still learning names.
I believe it started with an A.
Oh, I mean, we can always ask him.
What the heck? It's bright again. Wait, is it just me or am I going fucking crazy or something?
What?
Yes, it's just you.
It got bright again.
Could be
What
someone's
the
model.
heck?
It might
got
be someone's
fucking-
model, Moss.
Okay, maybe. It was weird. Maybe it's just...
My son
it
is
got
having
bright again and it
PTSD,
got
don't
darker.
worry.
Are you okay?
No, he's having a...
The sky
The
got
headaches?
brighter and then it got darker and then it got brighter again.
Yes, a form of
No, not headaches. Nope, it's just my eyes playing tricks on me.
You can experience a bodily change when going through puberty, Moss.
We don't talk about that!
Okay.
Don't talk about that.
I
Don't worry
won't
about
talk
it.
about it.
I'm not saying anything.
Good.
You're thinking it.
I don't know
You
what you're
can't
talking
assume what
about.
someone is thinking.
Exactly.
You have to ask them.
Not right now, Andy. Not right now. Please.
Yes, well, the sky is not turning black. Those must be the foxes that steal from people. Interesting.
Allegedly, but yes. They are a very interesting group.
That is like exactly like mine.
I'm going to see if I can do my magic.
Well, they are foxes, but not a cat.
Alright.
What is this
You
even?
know what's best?
What is this?
It's a Nexus.
What is
You
it?
Go right back.
Back
And,
where?
Take a portal.
Where? What?
Yeah.
I'm not magic.
Just walk through it.
But where? Where does it go?
Anywhere.
Anywhere you want.
Anywhere you want.
But we live here.
You said this
Oh,
is
you
your first
do?
day here.
Oh.
I mean, you said you didn't know me.
This city, but we took a boat here. Who are you?
Exactly.
Oh, you took a boat? Oh, my bad. Here, let me grab.
No, hold on. God.
I mean, we can help you get where you need to go. If you don't live here, we can help you get home.
Apparently, we're gonna be dragged places. God, we gotta complain to the other dudes. Those dudes, apparently those other four, they work for the Aether God. We should complain to them.
Oh, the Aether God?
Oh, no, you're unconscious. Yeah, our friends who were here the other day, they got hired by the Aether God.
Ah.
Huh.
It does.
Well, I mean, we don't work for them. That was their own deal. We didn't get that deal.
What else do you know about these, my friends? I haven't seen them for a couple days. We were going to do business, and they haven't responded back.
You mean those four? I mean, we kind of take turns on who can leave the settlement at a time.
Alright. Okay. There's the boat. Let's walk on over there.
Well, we gotta wait for the
pick up your
charter
friend?
ship. When then we can't just we don't have any money. We can't just go and get on a random boat to nowhere.
Oh, I thought you said you had
Pulls
one.
out her bag
Oh, what happened
No!
there?
and puts 4 gold in your paw.
Damn, everybody's rich here.
I mean, your friends were really kind to me.
I gotta wait for you.
So I want to be kind to you back.
Hey, are you okay? Thank you. I will let them know how nice of a person you were. Are you good?
Oh,
You good?
Sand. Where am I?
I don't know.
Damn, it sucks too.
They're trying to kick us out of this fucking city or something because they're racist.
I mean, hey, sometimes racial profiling helps, you know?
That's kind of a weird thing to say.
What the fuck did you just say?
Like, that's...
Yeah, that is exactly what she just said.
On behalf of the guard, I apologize for that statement.
I mean, think about it. Fucking feather wearing fuck. Now this. I'm done.
Yeah, the dude, the racist featherwear, fucking come out of nowhere.
Shit.
My good news is, they'll likely not come back. They're not gonna steal again.
Go. Yes, sir.
What's going on?
Fudge.
Just dealing with criminals, sending them back.
Criminals?
Alleged
Yeah,
criminals
they
that got caught with evidence.
Oh, what?
They were stealing cups from the tavern and selling them as their own.
Oh. That's not
They were found with cups, and it was very clear that they probably came from the winery,
Oh, yeah.
based on the evidence. We should probably be very careful of our wording.
You'll have to check around the training area in the current moment to
Why
figure
don't you
out.
go look for yourself instead of treating Z like your lapdog?
It's okay.
I was asking.
No, it
I don't
ain't.
know. Sorry.
God. So profiling helps. What the fuck?
Hell, they'll be distracted for a while.
What the fuck is going on now?
You want to do some mercenary work?
Frogs. You speak of Mercury, my friend.
They need backup in the swamp.
Yeah, they're
Backup in the swamp. What's going on there?
They went to go get some dude, and then one of them came back and said, he came back and said he needed backup. I found one right here.
Mercs.
What's going on?
There's a lot of people out there.
Wilson, I think
We got
Do they
ambushed.
need healing?
We need more people. We
Do
need
they
more
need healing?
now.
Where? What's going on?
Wait, Wilson, what's going on?
Do you need
We need to go
healing?
now. I'm healing as fine as I can.
you know what?
We're healing. I'm healing.
Come on.
Let's go. Those toads. And they ran right to
I'm picking up the music.
What the heck is going on?
Do I have to say it again? The toads needed their daddy and they ran for him.
They are very good water affinity substitute. Especially for liquid finishes.
I there's probably context, and it probably doesn't make it better.
No, there's no context. It's just bullshit.
Yeah, I might need drugs after this.
Well, I heard there's a concoction that's rolling around. It's that you can probably get a hold of.
Nah, I have small. Actually, I shouldn't say anything. Everything's good.
Oh, okay.
Well, I guess on to the next interesting thing.
Yes.
Oh no, there are lots of other interesting things if you're lucky enough to fucking encounter it. Oh, wait a minute.
Well, how about this interesting thing? You look like you're good in a fight.
It was just to check your affinities.
Okay.
And once I was done, I just fed it to you.
Oh, okay.
Hello, Gustav. I didn't think Gustav came here.
You okay there? Otis, what's wrong?
Master Seal, something happened. Wilson, he came running in, said there was an ambush, said he needed more mercenaries or something.
Ambush? We don't have any other mercenaries in town, I think. They all went with him.
I think he's here. I just don't want to go running around and. I think he's in the swamp.
He needs backup.
What are we
have
supposed to
guard members
do?
we can spare. Let's go find Kai. I know where he is. Follow me.
I feel like I'm in character at the moment. He's not in this map. Yeah, he's probably getting teleported.
Kai, we have a situation.
Said what kind of
What is
walk
it?
of dragon my feet? Astral dragon.
Otis says that the mercenaries are having trouble in the swamp and they're calling for
quite a long
reinforcements.
time
They've
since
asked for
I've
more
seen them.
mercenaries,
They're
but there's not exactly any around.
Oh, need help?
I would like to help if I wish. Right when
Excuse me.
I need to keep an eye on.
If you wish, I can go with the attachment of guards and we can handle the situation.
Spit heals. Can it
Steal.
heal? Can heal
gather
people?
as many of the guard as you can. Get them. Well, not as gather half the guard or any that are available. Go to the swamps. Provide backup. If they give us shit, well, they're gonna just have to accept our help. I will need one person to stay behind with me though and help keep an eye on new. Oh no, he's going to the swamp.
Would you be accepting volunteers?
Guards, get them ready to the swamp.
Right.
What, follow?
Master, I'm ready for anything.
Just follow.
Do not follow. You are not a combatant.
Not quite yet.
Otis, Lynn, and
Can
you,
heal.
Triss, will all
Spit
go.
heal. If people hurt.
Fine, we'll bring you along.
We may
You'll be
need
staying with
healers,
these two.
Master.
You'll be staying with these
Would
two.
you
Understood?
accept any other volunteers?
Very well. You may come as well. And do you wish to come?
I do.
Very well, then you'll be compensated. We shall all move.
right,
Go
guys,
to the
let's do
swamp
this.
now.
Yes,
Go
sir.
To the swamp now.
Hey, oh no, we're going to the swamp. We're about to fight.
Not as strong as you think you are.
Kai, I'm going with some guards and volunteers. Godspeed.
Understood. Good luck.
Okay, here we go. Round 2.
Why are there invaders in the swamp? Is my
I don't
question.
know. Everyone, weapons ready. Healers, stay behind us.
But punches explode.
Insecure, there's no one else on it. I will not let anyone else. Oh, great.
Then
Town
why is the
guard. No,
Redwall
no.
guard here? Because we
Turn
got
around,
called
head
for
back.
reinforcements.
That's fine. It's being handled.
Fuck off.
Turn around and fuck off.
You're missing.
This is handled.
You look like you need
Go
reinforcements.
protect. Go protect your village. Go
You've
protect
been
your
told to
village.
fuck off. You fuck off. Okay.
All right.
While they're wounded in case
Nope,
someone
we,
here has
we've been told to fuck
Continue
off.
past it.
Wait,
But
come on.
master-
to safety.
Nope, they told us to fuck off. That's their prerogative.
Proceed and
We offered
fucking
help, they
off.
denied it.
What?
We are proceeding.
People clearly hurt.
you have
There are
Nope,
people
come
clearly
on.
hurt.
You can't help those that that don't want help. Hey.
It's a bigger problem when we get home.
No, we're not. Come on, go.
Question.
Oh,
Can
good choice.
heal?
Just
Need
go.
another healer?
Nope, just
No.
go.
They're
Just go.
They're asking us to leave.
Head back to the village.
Just go.
I thought this was just a simple mission. What?
Well,
Oh, you gotta love it when we get called for reinforcements and told to fuck off. Gotta love it.
I mean, you can't help those that don't want help.
Yep.
No, Sam, what's this about you having a kid?
They don't want our help.
Otis, calm down.
Who called for reinforcements? Who specifically came to you for reinforcement? Who asked?
Wilson! Wilson came to us. He was drenched in purple blood.
I see. That is a situation we will handle.
Oh, no, 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 no.
Your sword.
Steel? Behind you?
What the hell? Anyway.
Yeah, I know, I see. Hello.
Is anybody hurt that needs healing? Come on, let's go.
I am going to snap your fucking neck, Red. Do you want some help? I prepped it anyways, just for
No,
you.
we are being
This is a
called.
political situation, not something you can deal with.
What are we doing?
Wow. And you forget my entire special order.
Fine. Just do it.
She's gonna do it. Your wounds will.
You should probably tell the guard captain what
and
happened.
it seems that they.
Yeah, I'm about to, but I'm
appear
going to get some confirmation from Vidor.
Right where they were.
Vidor, may I ask you a quick question before you depart?
Okay.
Which of your membership is Wilson?
Wilson.
Actually.
Which of your membership is Wilson? Because
don't tell me your mom.
he apparently came to us for reinforcements. We went, and as soon as we arrived, we were told to fuck off.
Indeed.
Mum too.
Well, people were told to go out and get reinforcements. Probably he went and was trying to get everybody he saw. Don't judge the man.
I'm not judging the man, I'm more just confused.
I don't have a
trying to figure
mom.
out why we've been denied, but whatever.
I'll go to the and their homeland.
I don't understand. We were.
Yeah, looks like they're having fun.
What you could tell his peak was, and it probably will never be the same, but it's still weaker than it should be.
They're holding hands.
So
I wasn't just.
Oh,
I was looking
no,
at
no,
the
I
soul.
know. I'm just telling
since
you.
I am a soulmate.
Yeah, the soul.
Okay.
Looking at the soul, there is
Ollie?
one soul. There is no fragment. There seems to be fragmentation, but there is one soul.
Okay.
I'm
Who are you?
going to try, and with my own magic, piece it back together. Which
That's
what,
Kim.
I'll roll again because.
Don't worry. Whatever you're talking about, just shut up for 5 minutes.
Alright, I need to roll
I'm trying to
myself.
deal with
Alright.
this situation.
I rolled a 17. Don't know if that you want to give yourself advantage or something like that, but.
I have to roll for your disadvantage in this case, unfortunately. I rolled a 10.
Not in the mood.
You're going to
Still above average.
feel yeah, it's still average. You're going to feel lightning enter your arm, and you're gonna get blasted back 10 feet. Strange. Why did? If I'm being honest, I don't know myself. My magic acted on its own.
Where did they go?
That's never.
You are one person, one mind, one soul.
As
But
I've
you're
told
fragmented.
you,
Exactly.
See, Ollie, I know I can trust you in this map.
these nonsense words.
Exactly. I'm looking out for you.
Hi, we have
just
something more
sensed
important to deal with right now.
Let's get the fuck away from them.
What happened with the mercenaries?
I had a
she's not
Let me
bad.
talk with you over here where it's quiet for 5 fucking minutes.
Dagger too, I cushioned the fall.
Wait!
She's only knocked out. I don't see any injuries.
I think he might need some time, Otis.
Otis, Tris, please go look after him for me.
Are you sure, Commander?
Doctor has given me some.
Okay, well, if it's in order.
Never a dull day in Redwall. You saw a man battered within an inch of his life as they tumbled towards the house.
What happened to him?
He got fucked up real bad. I bet it was the Redwall guard guys.
The Redwall guard would do something like that.
I'm
They
new.
already took your shoes.
What have you heard about the Redwall Guard? I'm new.
Oh, what haven't we heard about the Redwall guard?
I heard they abuse citizens.
I heard they take people's shoes.
Mm.
Look!
They took your shoes?
They took my
Yes, yes. They'll come up to you and you know what they'll say? They'll say, hey, do you have our protection money? And if you don't say, yes, I have some protection money, they'll be like, well, if you don't have any protection money, we're going to take your shoes. And then they take your shoes.
Is this
And if
all
you don't
what?
have shoes, they take your shirt.
What do the
If
Aether
you don't have a
Guards
shirt,
look
they
like?
take your pants.
What do they look like?
Oh, they cripple your fingers!
So I can avoid them?
You mean the Redwall guards?
Yeah.
The Aether guys.
You mean the
I don't know
Redwall
about them.
guards?
You don't know what they look like?
Oh, well,
They haven't stole your shoes personally or anything?
They don't know because they don't know what they're gonna be doing.
Are you new around here?
Right, I should let you rest. Not really. We come here once in a while.
Thank you for the question.
Of course. You have a good day and you stay safe.
Where have you heard these stories from then?
Coat, miss.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, I heard it from my brother's cousin's friend. Yeah, a bunch of people. Many people.
I heard it from my nephew's brother's cousin's friend. As well.
Well, thanks for the warning, friends.
Fucking hate that guy. Affinity test just tells us what affinities
Wow.
you're aligned with.
I know what an affinity test is. I would know that I was in a circle of the elements. But I'm wondering why there was a crowd watching me.
Well, I was in the crowd to
Standing there, and then a crowd watched me.
to be fair, I was part of the crowd, and that's because I was supposed to get an affinity test after you. That's why I was there. I would imagine other people were similar.
Do you need something?
I'm not good with school.
Yes, and it's not common for it for
Hello. Sorry,
someone
I
who's an
just
adult
wandered
to
in
be
here by
getting tested
accident.
for it without prior showing of
No
magics.
problem. Door's open.
Some
Come in,
people
go
it just
on.
lies dormant in. So
Prior showings of magic? What do you mean? I'm quite competent in my field.
well, where I'm from, sometimes children don't show their magic or they hide
These
it and
days
suppress it.
I act as the main
they
healer
don't
of the place, and
express
that
it
turns
until
out to be
later in
healing. So yes. All right.
Or it just doesn't activate.
If that is the case, then so be it, but I will have you know that I am quite capable in what I can do.
Very well then.
Quick question. If it's only because
Yes.
a couple of the guards suggested that I do an affinity check, but I don't feel like magic.
Well, some people don't have magic in them. You have mana running through you, but maybe not magic.
They were still quite insistent, so I might try it anyway. I might seek you out later.
If
You
you want, we
sound
can always do
knowledgeable about magic. I might ask you a few questions, but I need to keep an eye on him.
Fair enough. Good luck.
Unfortunately not.
Do you need help finding something?
I'm looking for the head mage, but I am starting to find this Redwall guard a nuisance to me walking around. Do not think I do not realize that Stormsworth have sent you to follow me.
Wasn't
Or you are
trying to
doing
hide it.
Out of respect for him.
I consider this more of a bodyguard gig. Less than keeping an eye on you.
It
Not
is
that I would
funny.
be able to...
I think I would need protecting.
Well, I don't. I mean, if you have any recollection about the training this morning, you'll know that I I'm just only learning how to fight with swords and shields. You would probably...
I have only met you just now, maybe 10 minutes ago.
Okay, so no recollection of what happened before then.
You stated.
Well, in short, I don't know how to fight with a sword and shield, and you, given what you seem to know and how powerful you seem to be...
Since you have spoken true with me, I will give you some advice. Show me your stance.
Good day.
Good
day.
Okay. Okay, well, if I understand my training...
He's gonna shove you over because your balance is fucked. Keep your balance. Bend your legs. Plant your feet. Hold more of a crouch. Your center of gravity is gone.
My apologies.
Give me a bit of advice. Is there a problem here?
Yes, because you could get people hurt.
My apologies.
She accepted the help. First lesson, keep your stance. Always remember that. It's the most important part. Second, keep your sword up. Do not keep it down. Fool's stance is something you use if you're using a half and a hand. You are using an arming sword or a short sword.
Okay.
Remember that.
So more like this?
Keep your sword high. Keep your shield up. Yes. Perfect. Crouch your knees. Bend your legs. Good. That is my advice to you. Remember basics. Remember that your stance is one of the most important things when you fight. As you get hit once and you fall over, it might be your death.
I truly appreciate that.
So don't believe me about the whole soul fragmented thing?
I know it is a possibility of something that can happen. I also know that I am me. I will say the
You are.
magic of
I
it is
sense.
weird.
I sensed you. You are right. You are one mind, you are one soul, but your soul is fragmented. So that could do something with your memories or your brain. I've known people that have had multiple personalities. It's being the same person, but different personalities come out given different circumstances.
That's why you should have given them each individual room.
Yeah. Well, I only have the one.
I'll say the balance on these are nice.
No matter how much I've beaten the shit out of you.
Spear is a nice weapon.
You always have that strong body and
That it is.
I do believe we can agree on that much. I saw you hold your weapon
I
earlier.
think you've gotten a little bit of muscle on you.
What a nice weapon that you do carry. Although if I do, I would say...
family.
Don't let it go through your head.
What is the material made out of?
I'm going to make I honestly don't know. It was my mother's. She used to be an adventurer. Yes, what is it?
Make some bread with a potion infused into
Oh shit. Kai, sorry to interrupt, but they were talking bad about us earlier.
That's fine. Where the peasants have weapons? Okay.
Yes.
Stand down! This is Redwall Guard! Stand down! Let's calm down!
Hey!
Calm down!
I swear! Don't make me do it!
Calm down!
This is all for all of you!
Hey!
What is...
You guys are like bullies!
Guys, calm down.
Question.
Remember me?
No.
You were talking to me earlier.
We are here to help.
Your brother's leg!
Put the sword down.
If I have to participate,
Look at this, boys. They're
You said something happened, right? We can be here to help.
have weapons on or something.
That's what the guard is for. What happened? What is upsetting you?
looking at us, surrounding us like a pack of dogs, all of you.
Have a roll. Is it okay? Have a DM roll something.
Sure. Well, you're the ones who's making
I'll
a
roll for
scene.
you.
You're the ones attracting attention.
Who's talking?
Yeah, sure.
You
get
get
a
a
2.
Oh,
we're not.
you shouldn't be.
Listen, we can help you with whatever you need.
I'm sorry. Sorry in advance. I totally don't mean to
Remove your consent or anything, but.
Wait.
Please don't hurt them. Steal, it's fine, I know them.
Okay.
Don't hurt them, they are citizens.
So I talked to them. You heard some of that. Apparently they've been told that Redwall,
and bullying?
Stealing, bullying, extorting, asking for bribes, stealing shoes. The one without the shoes said that their shoes were
That
stolen.
sounds like mercenaries, not... No offense.
I couldn't get out of them
We've
who they...
literally been on duty all day.
We
wouldn't even have time to...
I was more being a spy and getting more information. I could not get out of them who told them this information. When I asked, they said like their brothers, cousins, blah 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 blah. None of them had any personal experiences apparently.
It was all rumors. Of course it is. It's always rumors. And...
Shit like that for you to actually participate in.
Lynn, next time let's draw the shield maybe, not the sword though. Like, let's not draw weapons on the common folk.
Yes.
They had weapons too.
What is today's news?
Yes, but they were common folk. We are trained warriors.
I don't think your
This
shield
is
is going
loud
to be
here.
enough to
Do you mind
deter
if we
them.
just move over to the tree?
Sure.
Let's
Listen.
What is this small creature?
I guess I should apologize for drawing my sword too.
Yes, postman.
You're fine, you're new. Didn't know how to react.
They bring a whole bunch of
Well, I was originally only going to bring my sword out. I just went with Lynn's lead.
They even brought themselves to me a little chaos potion that Sofa wanted to send to me before I went
I-
to this mission.
I need a minute to think about things, gather information, and do other things. Can... Seven.
Sorry.
What?
You're the most veteran person here at the moment. Can you take the guards, walk around town, make sure there are no other riots, make sure no other problems. If there are, report to me. I'm going to go... I'm going to be up in the Oasis. Torque, please, I would very much appreciate it. We've been swamped.
I guess you're in command to Seven. Redwall, and I won't have my weapons out. If this is Harry, then I'll bring him out.
Are you alright?
I tried to go invisible and get info. I didn't get jack shit.
I'm just trained. You're fine.
You okay?
This
I do want all of you to stick together. Something happens, listen to Seven or Torque.
Even though I might not be a healer.
Yes, Captain.
They want to go to a special spot.
Listen, alright, start scouting around Redwall. If there's nothing to report, then just meet at the training grounds, let's say. I'll be there soon.
Alright.
Does it have to be so secluded?
Take care. Well, ideally, I prefer people not see it. Carrot, correct. If you have a better spot, open to yours.
What is Wilson doing?
What does it say?
I'm trying to read it.
It's about
Tomorrow, Doctor and Norn are hosting a class on alchemy. It's an alchemy class.
By the way, I keep seeing him running around. Like, who is he?
Nearly enough archers around here.
Oh, he's the postman. Delivers mail.
Oh, okay. Can you do me a favor?
His name's Carrot.
Carrot? If you see the Grand Mage, can you send him a letter to check if he got my original letter that I sent him? Out of character, I sent him a letter in mailbox. Alright, thank you.
Poop indeed. What a stressful day. What a stressful day.
You are very smooth.
Let me spy.
You don't have that, you know. You're not him.
Jesus. Da, 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 da. Do do. Excuse me?
Sure, forgive me. Sorry.
No, you're fine.
2 to 4 days, I should say.
Interesting.
Could you come over to the tree by the edge? Just a bit more
And
quiet.
along with that house
And then all of
will be a garden.
for
Pretty nice.
I saw a frog looking over the ledge over here.
There's not really much I can talk about just yet. I'm sorry. As much as I wish I could talk to people, I have a duty.
Oh, excuse me.
Aye. He has had amnesia. When he came here to Redwall, he had amnesia problems, memory problems, and he was just...
Pardon me?
Yes, of course. And she's going to.
I hope it gets better. I hope it gets better. I hope it gets better. Excuse me.
Don't fancy.
I'm getting a little tired, so probably my end up getting.
It's the little.
That's what you get for being so
Causing havoc within the mayor's house is something
forgot for an
not
event
to be
you need to
taken
do.
lightly.
Oh,
Says the ones that have already chests given place. You'd have to answer to him about that.
Would they be calm if they have some? Would they be calm if they have some?
Excuse me, little one.
Seems I've walked into a situation.
That may not be so likely. These are not people to be trifled with. I want you to stand back because they are a little bit dangerous.
What the hell is happening here?
They broke into the mayor's house.
This is so funny.
I've got two runners.
Put him over there on
Yeah, I got caught. How about you?
You got two of them.
What are you going to do?
I found one of them.
And cut it off with us halfway through it. Good.
This is a bad idea.
There he is. I stand by my position as a member of the guard that I have registration to bind these people, and if they try to run away again, use a little bit of force in order for them to come back. The Archmage.
I could have left you in the
You will calm down. You will.
Fuck the Redwall guard!
I try to hypnotize you. These are a roll.
There's not a DM around.
Okay? People seem to be running everywhere. That's a good girl.
Let me just write it down. You're gonna think that he's professional, but he's not, especially in his writing business. So he's just gonna scribble very shitty and signing of his name. The T and the O are apparent, but the rest of the letters are not.
Vigor, we were getting the
I
alarm clock
apologize.
when you were getting fucking killed.
Was that it? Is that all you
You
wanted?
still need more healing.
Just a close brush with death. Good. Whatever keeps you on your feet.
We need to actually speak with you, in fact.
Very
well. And I think our building might be the most secure.
All filth. This is why we subjugate the elves. It's plain and clear.
To me.
I want to bring one of your friends.
Pardon me?
The llama isn't helping.
Right.
I think I hear the frogs.
It was a temporary truce at the ruins.
hear the
Nothing more.
frogs.
We're still kill on site or capture us. You could be useful.
Or actually, is John here still? John? Do I
As long as you do not step on Rothwell land.
Let's get going, guys.
Hide them.
Everyone's traumatized. It's the argument.
So where's that stew?
Oh, thank God.
Which one of you would like to tell me who went through my building and threw around most of my building?
It would be the peasants.
Discretion and rolls, your whole entire place is trash.
If I give you a water crystal, do you think you could try
Something about shoes.
the others over there? Just because I don't like to show stepped on. If I give you a water crystal. Right here.
You do not need to explain yourself.
Overkill. Cal is overkill.
I have trusted you.
Croak once for yes, croak twice for no.
My absence more times than I have faith in your decision making.
Okay.
We also have a lot of information to tell you when you're free, but if you're busy, then go ahead.
It seems I am required by quite a few.
I am the one who sent you a letter about the license. Sonny.
Yes, I did receive your letter. We will discuss that momentarily. If you allow me to use the process what happened in my little town.
See the guy in the red coat?
It seems we meet again then.
To press down on the crystal.
From what I remember, I'm pretty sure that's Redwall himself. Mr. Redwall.
Red Eyes coming
The
in?
Redwall.
Same
I think
Nana you felt
it's
before.
been a while.
The one that was saying the
Yeah,
level.
we also have to talk about this.
Might I speak to you? I've been waiting and trying to find you all day.
Yeah, they are.
Okay.
Wanna go get smashed at the harbor?
Finally, esteemed gentleman right here will wait for me, and we shall take a walk.
Understood.
I do have a quick question. That guy in the red coat was talking about something about subjugating elves. I just want to make sure I don't need to be concerned with that.
You do not. No.
Takes us. Yeah, you don't. He's Mr. Redwall, like the guy that owns everything. I'm pretty sure. I think, from what I remember last time we talked.
If he tries to do anything, we will handle that. Do not fear.
He's busy in a meeting.
Oh, I don't fear. It's more of, should I be concerned?
Yeah, I guess it's just me.
You do not need to be concerned. No.
Dear God, you look like you need a nap.
Are you sure?
I tend to be nocturnal and I ended up waking up early, so.
I understand.
I think so.
Although I normally look like this anyway, so.
7, are you hurt anywhere?
I do hate to add on to your plate, but again, to remind you, there is something I need to talk to you about at some point.
Would you like us to get one?
Can we do it quickly while they're talking? I do need to be back here for the. Here, let's go to my house. It's literally right there. Let's make it quick.
Pay no mind to this mess. I will have it fixed momentarily. Please do not.
Please make it quick. The Archmage has been gone, and I really need to
talk to him.
I guess the quick version is, since everything that's going on and how the guard is targeted, I kind of have a sword past, and I joined the guard. Steel didn't really ask a whole lot of questions, and I don't know if they'll ever find anything out. But just to give you a heads up, I kind of have a sword past.
That's fine, buddy. We have plenty of that around.
Oh, okay. I was expecting a more Okay.
Not the worst thing I've dealt with.
With us now.
Yep. Okay. I'm back.
And this is why I like living in Toys. If I don't like
If you were really focused, you could hear his heartbeat slowing down, and then speeding up, and then slowing down again, and then speeding up again.
Especially as
I'd like
We haven't had a proper one in
Okay. You have an irregular heartbeat. Hold on.
Sir!
7.
This
5.
better be
Mike?
good, or I'm going to make this very quickly for you.
Oh god, not another one.
Yes, I'm one of the residents here, and I live in that house right over there. If you wondered what happened, I can tell you all the things.
I can also tell you.
Allow me to speak to my guard captains. It is their profession to handle such business.
I see.
I might be able to
It's
reset
been
that
claimed that
heartbeat.
they are
Hold
the
on.
ones that put them in there.
Which we are not.
I have my quill ready. Allow me to hear my own captains first, please.
All right. I don't believe it, but I don't know. That's why I've been told.
Everyone else, keep an eye on Redwall.
Yes, Commander.
Hi, Captain.
Who the fuck is Redwall?
The fuck happened here?
That's the town.
Uh,
You see cats pull out their weapons.
So,
Describe it.
my name is Triss. Nice to meet you.
Cleverly type. You see a single lightning
hi.
bolt strike it.
What's your name?
Man, I leave. I leave for a few days.
Morgrith.
Okay.
Morgrith. So,
I'm not going. I'm just going to tap.
what have you heard?
Of course.
I heard a lot of shit, and I heard a lot of shit of screaming, yelling, and all that.
She taps you on your shoulder.
What? That was the cause of that light pole.
I saw the person in purple float them all in. They claimed her as to be a Redwall god, so yeah.
Nothing. I'm sorry.
So that's why I kind of believed it, but I don't know.
I meant nothing like it
Please
doesn't
tell me you guys actually have badges you could show people to prove that you're guards.
No.
So far, what I saw, they don't have
She leans
uniforms,
in to
but
listen
I
to your
don't know.
heartbeat and see has if it's
No.
reset for
They
them.
each have their own armor, it looks like, but please tell me you at least have a badge. Like a symbol
should
of
get
your
badges.
authority.
Yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna go back.
You talking to him? You talking to him about what happened, Morgan?
Yeah. I told them what's going on.
Don't keep badges. Unruly riders.
I'm
You know
sorry?
how easy that would be. Do you know how easy it would be for somebody to impersonate a Redwall guard if you don't have badges?
Right.
No, either uniform as well.
To be fair, the guard was only formed because of the umbral threat.
But that's
It's
been
very
weeks
recent.
ago.
Exactly. It was only weeks ago.
Not even that. That's at best.
Are you even considered a god then?
Yes, by the head.
It sounds more like a militia to me.
Oh, stop that.
You don't tell me what to do. We've been neighbors for the last 20 years. You don't get to talk to me like that.
I can talk to you like anything I want.
You don't get to talk to me like that. You know
the
it.
Smiths to make us
I can
badges.
talk to you whenever you want.
Hey.
I'll talk to you however I want.
Hey, let's calm down. You're friends and neighbors.
Settle down. Settle down.
I can
Yeah, we have these obstacles all the time. It's okay.
prevent
Okay.
forgery.
Good Lord knows we've had enough of that already.
That would be
Trademark a symbol,
What do you
prevent
mean?
forgery.
We've been here for 20 years.
Agreed.
Be my first action as a Redwall lawyer.
A Redwall lawyer?
I guess we'll be seeing each other for
Yes.
quite a few things.
Ah, suddenly
I've
those rioters
just
may
certified.
need one later.
That they will.
Definitely.
Indeed. I need a lawyer to
Shall I keep an eye on them?
No,
Yeah,
that'll be
please.
fine.
Is she also part of the guard?
Yes.
Yes.
I am indeed.
Oh, then hi, I'm Tris. I just got hired a couple days ago, so.
Welcome to the Redwall Guard.
Yeah. It's definitely welcome.
See to feel cherries work through the things through.
What the hell?
That's weird.
That might give you a better idea of what I was looking for when I said I did not have my amulet. As you can see, I cannot open a portal. My mana is still here, but I cannot travel like I used to. My amulet seems to not be working either. So, I wonder, what is happening?
You seem to watch him a lot.
Portal.
It-
It's a portal. It's a portal.
Portal.
Magic.
She has a strong sense for magic.
Well, then she's definitely sensing me, of all things.
Magic?
Because,
Let
She was distracted by the portal. Now that you mentioned something that, she's probably going to want to eat whatever you have. She eats magic.
well, I have plenty of crystals left over.
So, who fills
Here.
it up?
Thank you.
Here's one.
Oh.
That was of growth, growth affinity.
Mixture between cherry and orange.
It was a growth affinity, so.
I guess since you know about magic, what do you know about death affinities?
It is a very dark magic. Not many
Tastes
should
like
be
dark
using
chocolate.
The suicide.
Yeah, I already learned that part of it. She already helped me with that. So just hypothetically, if something was imbued with death magic, would that be somehow dangerous to hold?
No. No. It's how you use it. If something is just imbued with a death affinity,
So they can have their conversation.
Okay.
yeah, we should back away a little bit.
Yep.
If it's something is imbued with a death affinity, it does not make it automatically bad for the person who wields it. It's how they want to use it. If you have it imbued with a death affinity, you could be using it to maybe repulse against something divine as a form of protecting yourself. Because a lot of mages usually try to go down the divine path of magic, as it's quote unquote the righteous path. Sorry, a bitter taste in my tongue to that, but And aside from that, it's all about how you want to use it. Because you could be particularly harmless if it's just imbued with death magic. However, people who know that it is, it can be used in many different ways. You could literally, with a strong enough blast, rot someone's arm off, or steal away their very soul, if you have a very strong form of death magic.
Steal
You
soul.
can literally destroy someone's aether with it.
Okay, from where I'm from, I've never heard of Athene's. Magic was very basic.
Limited.
So that would be a better term. Wanted to be kind to the mages I knew in the past. What's the difference between someone's ether and their soul? Or are
In a
they?
figurative sense, yes.
So they're basically the same thing?
Everything you do to exist gives me pain. I'm sure your mother loves you, though.
Or
Your mother did.
Oh my god, you're a monster.
Come on, man, let's go.
so let's say hypothetically,
Fucking
everything's so weird around here sometimes.
so many arrests today.
Let's say a dagger is imbued with a death affinity. Would that be something that could steal a soul?
The lightness of a dagger won't do that much, but it will definitely weaken the person that you stab with it. It will make them basically lose a portion of their own mana with a single blow. A small one, doing it to be a dagger, but let's say if you used a great axe or a longsword, an example, it would take more.
I see. So it has so.
I don't know what type of bullshit she's saying, but that's no goddamn common. I think it's draconic. I think I read about that.
Pulls out her special dagger. Oh, sorry. Yeah, there we go. She pulls out her dagger, which has a slight blue hint to it. If you can sense magic, it has a very strong sensation of death magic.
He's causing trouble for my mental health. Has not caused trouble for anyone
I
else.
see.
He's causing
And is there
trouble
any
for
particular reason why you want to know about this?
Give me a reason, shiny boy.
Yes, I do. It killed my parents. I wasn't the one, to be clear, because a lot of people get that impression when I say this. I wasn't the one that killed them. The assassin killed them with his blade. They dropped it. They fell out of a very tall building that they would have fallen to their death.
Alright.
I didn't even know it was magical until the dragon.
If what you're saying is true, then if I put this mind crystal onto the blade, you should be able to hear, potentially, the voices of your parents. However, it may not be what you want to hear. Do you still want to know? To see if this is true?
I have to know. If it's a possibility, I want to know.
As the crystal touches the blade with a 16, you can hear the sound of your parents screaming as they were killed with it.
Oh no, like, no. No. No!
Ice!
Yeah, I don't speak dragon.
No. Tell me you were messing with me. Tell me that you were that's some kind of magic trick or some weird thing. Just please tell me that.
No, that was a mind crystal.
It proved it. That dagger killed them both.
Well, I already know that. I didn't know their souls were in there.
No. They're permanently going to be a part of that because of the Death Infinity. If they want to give both of your parents' souls rest, that blade has to be cleansed. However, for now, I'd suggest you put it away.
I have a feeling that I... So, 2 questions. What else can it do other than steal souls? And second, how do you cleanse it after I use it?
A ritual of pure magic. It has to be divine magic in order to disrupt the Death Infinity. It has to be that blade has to be placed into a tub of purified water with someone casting a divine spell on that blade.
Okay.
I said I would call their head empty, but apparently it's full.
I could attempt it, but I'd be basically just throwing crystals into water and seeing if it works, because I am not one that normally uses divine magic. I'm just a bit of a jack of all trades.
Oh no, there is one more that I plan on finding the assassin and returning the blade to him.
Getting a splinter, it's all part of it.
Okay.
When did you get taller? I told him to relax.
And give him the justice he deserves.
I seem taller?
Vigilante justice. In this case,
Why am I shrinking?
I won't say anything.
I appreciate
I won't
that.
report you to the guards or anything. I've already had my parents ripped away from me, but I never get to... They died in a very stupid way.
My parents, they died. They were basically murdered while, just as I walked in on it. Guard either the murderer either purposely did it, or, you know, maybe he saw me and was planning on framing me to it and then jumped out the window, or maybe he panicked seeing me, a 4-year-old, walking in. Either way, I got blamed for it, and I had to escape. This is not something I've actually told anyone, actually, but I figure if I'm going to get... This is the closest... Being here, finding out that there's featherweight potions that the guy could have jumped out and landed on his feet.
Yes, that's actually a very common potion.
Not where I'm from. But it's here. So it looks like the tip's about me getting answers here, and I've been just continuously getting answers. I appreciate that. What was your name again?
Johnny Crystal, at your service. I actually, before I joined the Commerce Guild, I actually make crystals for a living. Of all elements. And sadly, also these ones.
What are those?
He's a death crystal.
Ah, I see. You said unfortunately. Does that involve needing someone to die to get those?
No, it's just that a lot of shady people try to buy them from me, which I usually have to decline.
Well, again, I'm still learning how this... I was clueless about the magic in my world, and I'm clueless about the magic in here, so I'm still...
There's a lot of magic in Aether. You're going to be finding a lot of things here.
Well, I've been told that I should be checking my affinity, but I don't feel magical, so...
Fair.
But,
out of character, that you might find that out later, but whatever.
Yep. Do you need me to... Do I owe you anything for your services?
Personally, I would ask something, but honestly, I feel like getting the truth is probably more worth to you than anything. I'm not gonna ask for anything.
Well, I don't like being in debt, so if you need any assistance from me, consider asking me at any time.
Okay. Your name again?
Tris.
Oh, what the fuck? Oh, they caught him.
Noted. He's going to write your name down.
Okay.
As well as for particular assistance. There we go. Do let me know if you do need my help with anything in the future.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm. And I feel like you should probably get yourself something to drink. That's
Yeah,
a bit traumatic in order to hear that again.
Well,
the tavern is self-serving, so you should probably get something to drink there.
Yeah. I definitely need something to drink after that.
Yeah, and until then, I'll see you later.
Later.
Take a couple more beatings at it.
That's a big spear.
Do you know why he's shirtless?
That is a big spear.
No, that's a bitch spear. Basic ass motherfucker.
Oh.
Just fall asleep.
Now you will fucking tell us. Did you fucking cheat on a woman as of lately? This is so fucked up. Come under again.
What was it? Was it Sarah?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Who's Sarah?
You think this is a real crime?
I was given this body while it was a child. This is my
Oh,
name.
I understand. I see now. Okay.
I'm a homunculus.
What's the really strongest wine here?
The top shelf. Don't take that. That belongs to Asmodeus.
Okay, what's the second strongest wine that I can take?
Who's the person that you're
I
controlling?
mean, it's all kind of really expensive. It's like 10 gold plus.
I don't know. His name has been lost to time.
Wait, if
But
you
that's why I
want,
cover
Shelf
my
is a
face.
there
350
is
gold.
probably moonshine in the tavern.
Is that any stronger than any of the stuff in here?
Listen.
Yes.
Probably 10 times stronger.
Then that's what I'm going for.
Let me get to the point.
I'm gonna go check up on Trish.
Hey, are you okay?
No, I am not okay.
And your head will be in that fucking well again.
Unfortunately, I don't have the person that I need to murder here right now. Otherwise, I'd take you up on that.
Tris, what's going on?
Everything.
Again, do you understand us?
I never met the bitch.
We have an adulterer right here. Now he's contradicting himself.
He just said. My name is Mitchell. You just said your name is Richard, you bastard. Don't try to double
You thanks they had like 3 healers at the side.
Oh yeah, no, I don't know what that was all about.
I'm not gonna worry about it though.
Only the red dragon.
Flips his shirt over his shoulder again.
I don't think she's still here.
Although I think that's enough for me today.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. Alright,
When I've done
he's gonna
enough,
try
I've done
anyway.
enough.
Snooze.
I promise. But tomorrow, I'll explain more. I'm gonna keep at it. I got muscle to build.
Unless it's somebody that she wants.
I don't know who you know.
Slam.
I'm not gonna say I know much about your past, Trish, but maybe if you do want to talk about it, you can talk to us.
I got answers that I needed, but I didn't want.
Hey, Grand Mage.
Put a shirt on.
This is about your past, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Hi, Seven. It's not a party of me getting pissed off without more people showing up.
I'm out of character real quick. I would just walk right past the Grand Mage, just goes, put a shit on. That's kind of funny. I'm in character.
Slam.
So what are you pissed off about, Triss?
This is mostly your past. We still don't know much about Trish, but
I'll share mine with you.
I got answers that I needed, but I didn't want.
I can do you one better. You want to see it?
Sure.
He takes off his. Well, first he's gonna check his surroundings. Alright, it's just Wolf Night. He doesn't care if he sees it. He takes off his shoulder plate, and you'll see the mixture of a brand and a poorly done tattoo of the Roman numeral 7 on his shoulder, with black veins coming out and snaking across his arm up to his shoulder area.
Holy crap! What happened?
Well, you see, I'm not a real boy. You know what a fake soul is?
I've never heard of that. No.
The homunculus?
Ding, ding, ding. We have a winner.
Wait, that's.
He's a homunculus.
Does that mean
I'm a soul forced into a body?
Does that mean you're created in a lab?
Does anybody here need medical attention?
Essentially.
No, she's just. I am looking for the Agricultural Guild.
Chris, if you need, they do have a calm in mind potion. If you actually do need one.
Then I am looking
No,
for a drink.
I don't want to. I don't think that would work anyway. So.
But yeah, Driz.
Do you have
If you ever think the world gets tough, just know you have people in the ring with you.
Cerulean fire wine?
I appreciate that.
That's why I hide my face.
Oh, that's me at the winery.
Because it's not mine to show.
The ale house. The winery.
Then I shall have a local ale that you find appropriate.
Don't worry. We'll help you find whatever you're looking for.
Yeah, I think it might be safer for you guys not to know what's going on with me, to be honest.
Fair enough.
You can try to pick her up. I tried. It's not quite possible.
There you go.
Yeah, we all have our own
It's
crazy past.
Starts rolling her this way.
Yeah, I've got stolen bodies, stolen power. None of it's mine, but I'll take good care of it.
Ah, there's the image.
I see.
Sir,
Go
I
ahead,
have
my dear.
a letter from the captain of the
Thank you
Aether
very
Guard.
much. My name is Moyi Mouskowitz, and I am the resident grave cleric here at Redwall. As of a few
Is it
days
addressed to the High Mage? If not, I'll take it and give it to my superior.
Thank
Then
you.
continue on.
You may call me
I just
Arndale.
live here. I just get mail and put it.
Arndale. Pleasure to meet you. Finally, after a few days
And a
of
pleasure to
tracking
meet
you.
you.
Down.
You'll forgive my absence. It's been an interesting couple of days.
You've been very busy, I can understand.
But it seems even my day is not yet concluded.
Yes,
Well,
there
I
seems
won't
to be
keep
a
you then.
dragon that's mumbling your name.
Oh.
The one quite over there that's asleep.
The one that wants to eat my mana.
I have tried to move her.
I will
I
think
have
you
tried asking for help.
Concerning.
Nobody's been able to budge her. And she keeps
I'll
mumbling
see
your
what I
name
can maybe do.
specifically.
Is mana
Guess the
all she
magma
needs?
dragon wasn't able to. I fed her mana. It doesn't wake her up. She keeps mumbling Arendelle's name.
Is it a curse?
I'm unaware.
I can
just
dispel it if it's a
me to
curse.
see.
It doesn't seem to be a curse. I believe it's just
Here you go, sir.
a sleepy dragon who wants its favorite meal.
This was a letter
letter?
from whom
All
again?
right.
The captain of Captain
A bit
Theodore
strange.
shop.
You know dragons. They won't wake up if they don't
Fine,
want
lad.
to.
Excuse me, I know you're trying to look rather low profile here, but if it does not do in 3-7, can I ask you some local color questions?
Well, I'm part of the guard, so that's what I'm here kind of patrolling and taking a moment to wait. How can I help you?
Understand. Do you know where I can find the agricultural guild? I'm looking for a man named Bryant.
Bryant. Bryant. What does he look like?
I had one once.
Like a human?
Oh, wait.
I mean, you have to be specific. There's a lot of those around here.
I don't know. They all kind of look the same to me.
At least I'm
I mean, do you know clothes or...
She told me she was a snake instead.
He wore clothes, yes.
A snake with feet and a hand.
What do the clothes look like?
I was about to say, snakes don't usually have...
There were...
Yes, I'm aware.
Like their own.
There was a coat,
No.
and it was
Everybody has
black,
a preference.
I think. Perhaps dark blue.
You alright there, Wilson?
He wishes to have a meeting with me.
How you
wouldn't
feeling?
chase the guy
I have
around
not
town
seen him
everywhere
yet,
for
but you might try the training grounds.
We also talked
That
about
seems to be a
potatoes,
popular
right?
place that most
I
people
shall do
wait at.
such a thing.
So he was the one.
Thank you very much, God. Is it appropriate to pay you?
No, we don't take money for assistance.
For him about, and we turned in the chickens. It was a thing.
I mean, we get paid, but not by... We don't take bribes or whatever.
It was. They wanted to turn us into chickens.
Then it is not appropriate. Good, I understand. Thank you very much for your help.
Absolutely.
Oh, I see. So it wasn't a security measure. It was actively...
What you talking about, Wilson?
Yeah.
Not to cheat on people's
Wilson.
wives.
You have nothing to fear.
Do you know who healed
Exactly.
you? Well, who
Dominion
fixed the
fact
issue?
of the day, ladies and gentlemen: don't cheat on your wives, or we'll find you.
No, I don't.
That's
I
an
don't have
interesting
a
PSA.
You know what you are.
Yeah,
But it does not mean
That's
I will.
yeah.
Kind
Someone
of-
had to find out the hard way.
Oh, is it the captain? Is he,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, there's just
Which
a bit
captain?
of blood in the
There's a
fountain
few
now.
captains.
Oh no, don't worry. The guard didn't have anything to do with it.
Oh, it wasn't the
Yes,
whole
Wilson.
situation with... Wait, okay,
Who
so...
fixed the issue?
So it's not
won
steel,
chicken
then
fi-
who is it this time?
Made you not chicken.
I just jumped it. Someone threw us in the water and it just kind of turned us back to normal. Dude, that sound is really
Who
helpful.
did?
We can drown people and we can.
Wait, so you were the
and
chicken?
we can stop ourselves from being chickens. Yes, I was one of them.
Wait, who turned you into a chicken?
Properties, or was it just... any-
Wilson, which one?
The person that we drowned.
No,
Wait,
someone
what?
found her who apparently
You drowned
was
someone?
a guy named Richard, who no, he's fine. He's fine. We threw him in the Nexus.
Which
You
one,
drowned the guy
Wilson?
and threw him in the Nexus?
No, no, we didn't
The fountain.
drown him. If we drowned him,
Oh,
his body would
okay.
still be there. No,
It's the fountain.
he was breathing last we saw.
Mhm.
At
It's
least he was
hard
breathing when we
He
threw him in the
stopped.
Nexus.
Well,
It's
no
no
wonder
guard.
people have
It's
weird
not.
impressions about the guard.
If
What
you
the
go
heck?
That area,
Oh,
you'll-
I see.
It's
So
just
it is
chocolate.
not-
When you phrase it like that...
Oh yeah, you know the
Oh,
funniest
we
thing?
drowned the guy and then we threw him in the
Yes.
Nexus.
We're not guards.
Oh, what?
Oh, you're the
no, no,
mercenaries.
no. We did do it in front of the guard, and they did absolutely nothing
the
about
guard-
it.
Oh,
which
hi,
is
sorry.
hilarious.
Something like that earlier.
I'm
They beat the
new.
four
My
peasants
name's
earlier, we
Tris.
just-
Nice to meet you all.
Oh,
Hi.
Leaving?
are you a member?
Hey,
Have you cheated on someone
what is
recently?
actual money?
I have... No.
I'm sorry,
I
Yeah,
I'm
you're
still
faithful
new.
to your spouse, right?
I don't even have a spouse.
All right.
Fair enough.
That's
That's
what
fair.
I'm about.
Is that why?
I'll tell you what. Do you want
Like, I've been here for a total of 5
Do you want
days.
to make good money?
Red down, red down.
What?
Actually, do you want to make some good money while you're here? Do you want to make good money?
No, I already have a job, but I appreciate that.
We tried. Well, I tried.
What job is it?
I'm with the guard. I know you guys don't have the best reputation,
I don't know what you guys are doing.
but you know, I'm new and I'm not going
Listen, do you
to.
want to make? Do you want to make actual money? Like actual money, and not the chocolate coins that steal hands off.
Well, I mean, I appreciate the offer, but Steele was very kind to me my first day,
Wait,
and
you
I
have chocolate?
I have a very strong sense of loyalty. I hope you don't take any offense to that.
It's all real coin.
No, not at all. Just, you're also saying it wrong. They're not a guard, they're technically a militia, so watch out for that.
Well, I'll keep that in mind.
I think we beat the. I think the only thing that better is us is that
And just remember,
they managed to do
factor
4.
of the day, stay loyal to your spouse, or we'll find you.
Well, if I get a spouse,
Oh,
I will make sure to stay loyal.
Oh fuck! Oh fuck!
What?
That's not our problem.
What happened?
That bad here, really?
That's not our problem.
Yeah, that's tomorrow's fact.
What happened?
Yeah, that's tomorrow's issue.
Someone just fell from the cliff
That's
face.
tomorrow's red issue.
Wait, what?
Get a wet rag.
Yeah, you want
Keep
to,
a rag with you.
Cool. Have